And we are live. Hello, everyone, and welcome to yet another exciting session of A Tale of D20 presents Descent to the Void Campaign 2, where 5 friends journey together to tell a story of mythic proportion. So, good afternoon, everyone. How are you all doing this fine Sunday?
Doing very well, thank you.
I'm feeling fine.
I'm ready to roll and patrol.
Awesome.
Cool, calm, and collected.
Sweet. So before we jump into tonight's session, a couple of announcements that I want to go over. First, as you can see, our beautiful Andrina and dashing Ireland are still not here. So Katie and Ben, who are amazing and allies and friends over at Amateurs Production, unfortunately will not be able to make it to any future sessions due to life activities, because life happens and we totally understand. Doesn't say that they won't be making a return. Just for now, their characters will just be exiting the campaign, but they'll totally still be on for other one-shotty things and guests, and of course you can catch us over there as well when we hop by and do things such as Mitra and the Pathfinders. So we wish them the best and hope to see them soon. Up next for our announcements is that it's not much for an announcement per se for A Tale D20s. More so, I'm going to drop a little hint. So I've been dropping hints about something special that I've been creating for me personally and for the channel. So I'm going to drop another little hint. There is a character in Descent to the Void Campaign 1 named Lance. And think of him like Lancel. Think of him as a kind of like a Sid Highwind from Final Fantasies and almost every campaign. That character will be coming to life soon. And that's where I'm just going to leave that. So it should be very exciting. So I can't wait to reveal that for everyone. Other than that, our schedule coming up, we have, Travis, please, correct me, we have Monday, Radiant Citadel.
Yes, we do. We have I believe, tentatively, hopefully, the conclusion of our mini arc. The plague cultists are on the run and might be pincered by our heroes. So let's see how that plays out.
Awesome. We can't wait for that to happen. And of course, we are next Saturday going to be diving into some more Baldur's Gate. Continuing our epic role-playing adventure we could dive through that game, so that should be really fun to return to. And then of course next week the next episode is Sent to the Void.
Is it out of beta yet?
No, and you should still join us, Zeki. Zeki is being such a prude and won't join it because it's still in beta, and it's a fantastic beta.
It was lots of fun, and I cannot wait to actually keep playing. I was so sad that that time flew by.
It's just, I've heard it's been in beta for like a year.
Yeah, I mean, I would be more worried and upset if they didn't continuously put out high quality, large updates, but they do with new content, new stuff. So it's not like it's just sitting there. You know what I mean?
That's fair.
So, but we'll get you eventually once it fully releases, I'm sure.
As a Sigma male, I can only endorse playing Sigma games, not beta games.
Oh God.
Well, I hate to do this, but like Katie and Ben, I gotta go. I gotta get out of here.
Adam strikes again.
Oof, got me so good.
Alrighty, but with that being said, that concludes any announcements. And we'll just dive right in. I'm very excited. We had a very exciting episode last time, so let's see what happens. So, without further ado, I present to you tonight's episode of Descent into the Void. Cue the intro. So, last time, oh, spellbinders, breakers of hexes, you had ventured deep inside of this strange dark catacomb, led there by a Omelia, an artificer, who had told you that she needed assistance getting a loose golem that had went down into these magical catacombs. So you had proceeded, going deeper and deeper within, being separated as two of your allies, Indrina and Ireland, seemed to have been teleported away as the rest of you were teleported into a room with an orrery that had a sort of portent of something to come or histories way past. But battling your way and sneaking past the afflicted that seemed to have take residency here, specifically you, Kievan, kept hearing a strange call, an entity reaching out. And so you had led your party through different traps and rooms, encountering a strange puzzle room with dragons and frescoes adorning the walls, telling of stories about a war between multicolored dragons and the humanoids that inhabited the plane of Adramel. But, Kievan, following that strange, sweet voice, you had touched a wall upon its command, disappearing, reappearing in a strange treasure room where this fairy-like creature, this fey creature, had told you that they were bound and shackled and needed you to rescue it, and your friends were endangered, as the rest of you had continued to hear mechanicalized sounds and had arrived at a room where this golem was, this powerful golem made of glass that you had battled. But during so, Kievan, you freed this entity. It promised you riches and wonders and might beyond your wildest dreams before teleporting you to the battle in which you had saved the day, empowered by this strange energy. With your last blast, each of you exploded the golem, destroying it as it set off a self-destruct sequence where you were rescued by Lucius Shadowbrook, your circle leader. He had teleported you all out, chastised you because you were missing for days, 4 days to be exact, almost 5, where it only felt like a couple hours, and you had traveled back to your dormitories, realizing that strange room where the artificer was has long since now looked like rubble and ash, hundreds of years past. For walking the halls and finally arriving in your dorm. So, Spellbinders, what do you do next?
Well, would anyone like a refreshment of the adult variety? Because I think a drink is in order.
I very quickly second that. Yes, absolutely. Please. I'll follow Ink to the liquor cabinet and get glasses.
Someone
yes,
said drinks.
I could indeed use some spirits myself. Big Steve will have water.
Yeah, yes, Big Steve should probably not drink alcohol. I do believe it affects dogs a lot worse than humanoids like ourselves.
Uncorking whatever bottles are there. I'll quickly pour the ones that Ink hands out to the group, and I'll say, days. He said we were missing for. Lucian said we were missing for days.
That's a lot of classwork to be behind on, frankly.
I agree, but I thought we were in that maze for like
A couple hours.
6 hours, 5 hours.
Yeah, it only felt like a few hours.
What is going on?
There are many confusing details about all of this. Worst of all, 2 of our circle mates are still missing, and we can't even participate in the search.
Well, considering our first outing led us to meet an artificer who was lying and a time dilation cave, maybe it's for the best that we let keener minds handle it. Maybe.
We don't necessarily know that we're lying. We don't know a lot.
Yes, so let's think about it. Let's assess what's
Mm.
happened so far.
That's wise, Sully.
Who gave us that job?
The bulletin
Amelia.
board.
Oh,
Correct.
correct. The bulletin board.
Which is why I am going to propose a vetting process for these bulletins by the school, because honestly, this liability is more on them than it is on us.
I have to agree. But honestly, who would have access to that other than maybe some of the teachers and the students?
I mean, the secretaries were the ones that were manning that board. There was no students. We had to direct them to get it. So I would assume that all quests and bulletins had to be submitted directly through them. Am I DM, am I misremembering? We couldn't go grab the things. We told them, right?
Yeah, exactly. Yes, the whole process was it was listed on a board. You took the paper and
We
it was
shoved our way through the line, right?
Yes,
Well,
it's very official.
Yavon shoved way through the line.
Yes, correct.
I profusely apologize to everyone in the line.
So then, when we finally get back, the person whose quest, for lack of better terms, it was, we go past their house and they're just gone. It's like no one's been there for hundreds of years.
But we went there. We stopped in and met her, correct?
Yes.
So let me ask, Zendarik, Kievon, even you, Ink, you're all pretty magical. Wouldn't you have suspected some sort of illusionary magic if they were just presenting us a working, warm house?
No, you're quite right, Sully. We looked around the house and took a look at all of the devices and all of the machinations they had there. It was quite impressive.
Yes, and nothing led me to believe anything was amiss based on checking, my insights.
I fully believe that we were there, and it would
Yes.
take a wizard of an magister level to produce illusions of that substance. So I don't believe that that's the case.
Well, I mean, if we're looking at a cave that we were in for days that we perceived as hours, we could also have a magic user who can wield time, and perhaps Omelia did exist at a different time, maybe hundreds of years ago, and we were just accessing a time dilation.
I wish that was a school of study here.
You don't study chronomancy in this part of the world?
They're iffy about teaching subjects here.
It's a dangerous thing to mess with time. Who knows what the consequences of altering it could be? But
I'm sure several deans do know of, substance and have literature, but it is, as far as I understand it, under lock and key and need to know basis. So
we either have someone who existed before these laws of lock and key of time magic existed, and maybe they're just out of time of sorts, or we have some group of magical practitioners within the school that are illegally practicing chronomancy. Those are the most reasonable explanations.
yes.
well, we can bring these hypotheses to Dean Lucian when he returns, but
we should maybe ask Dean Lucian a few cursory questions before we give up the ghost, because I do find it a bit suspicious that Lucian was the one that found us. I'm just saying, as the elders say, he who smelt it dealt it.
But he is our circle leader.
Yes, and he is also a powerful magic user.
Okay.
I just think someone who has the power to accomplish this, to get us this bulletin, is somebody in the upper echelon of power at this school, and I would say Aneen fits that bill. I'm just saying we should all be cautious with these authority figures. That's all.
I'm with you so far that we should remain cautious, Ink, but cautious about letting our imaginations run wild at a time we have very little information. At this point, our best bet might be to wait. The only silver lining I have is that if time passed faster out here than inside of there, then our missing 2 circle mates may only be in there from our perspective for a few more moments before we find a way to get them back out. And if we have that much time, we should use it well rested and adequately prepared.
I don't buy it. It's just a little too convenient. Also, if someone's powerful enough to mess with time, they're definitely powerful enough to make it so that we're all together within the same circle.
Do you think that there's something nefarious happening? Because we did fight the golem, so she wasn't lying about her task.
Mm-hmm.
It was there.
So, do you think someone targeted us in specific?
It feels very... I don't know, because there were plenty of bulletins we could have chosen. And this is the one we ended up with. There were a lot of chances we could have gone to a class instead. So I'm wondering if this was a trap laid for any circle at all, regardless.
You know, this does sound like something I've read about in a medical book. I believe it was called a paranoia.
Cha-cha-cha.
Or it possibly could be a hex. This could totally be a place spawning afflicted that is tethered to some other time. But we just don't know yet.
Yes.
And let's also not forget the fact that once we killed, or I guess you don't really kill a golem, but once we destroyed the golem, it had kind of exploded and bathed us in that light. How much sense does that even make?
I mean, she did say it was like a light golem, an energy golem.
Mhm.
Do you feel any different?
I look myself over.
I haven't really considered it until you just sort of made me ponder upon it.
Yes. And we have to ask the question, who has benefited from this situation we were put in? Not the light golem. It's gone. It doesn't seem Amelia has benefited, because I question whether or not Amelia exists. So there has to be an entity that needed anyone to go down there. But why?
I want to know if this Amelia has ever existed, or is this like a fake person? Like, if we ask someone about it, like, will they say who? Or will they say, like, oh, she lived 50 years ago or 100 years ago?
Yes, I wonder if we could get the record of the domicile and see if there's like a paper trail of ownership, deeds or whatnot, leases, or however housing works here.
I'm sure that's something that we could potentially at least view. We might not be able to make copies, but we should be able to understand the history. We are inquiring minds after all. There's just so many threads. As I take another sip of this chilled wine we have poured.
Dungeon
Well,
Master,
what-
just to re-clarify, what time of day do we? I think we got back late at night, right?
Yeah, you guys are. This is kind of like your midnight, like you're exhausted after that long battle, and just you could feel like the weight of the days that seem to have passed just kind of come upon you at this moment. So you're getting to the point where you would want to go to bed soon.
Huh. Well, I agree. Maybe doing some research tomorrow, first thing.
Mhm.
Maybe it'll at least direct us in the right place to, start pointing fingers.
Finding
Maybe
the
we-
right tree up which to bark, as the elders say.
Yeah.
So what are we telling Dean when he comes? Because you all best believe he will be here first thing in the morning.
That's if he comes back. What if he's gone for 3 weeks now?
He's a very powerful wizard. I'm sure he'll be able to teleport out again. He wouldn't go in with no resources.
Well, then why did he have trouble? Didn't you notice that? He had to expend a second spell slot. He had to refocus his energies and put even more thought into getting us out of there.
I think it's because they're the nature of the place. But if he has the capability of, condensing his magicile that deeply, he can do it again with a little bit of time. I don't think that he'll be there for weeks, but I think that we should be prepared to speak with him in the morning.
I think we just tell him what happened. We tell him about the bulletin. We tell him that we went to the lady's place. We went into the cave. And then we explored it.
We should also have a discussion as to whether or not we are going to tell the dean that we were essentially going to do this on a barter system and not necessarily with the rules of taking bulletins.
Oh, right. No.
Well, when there are people in danger, the answer is obvious and simple. You should speak honestly and give as much details as possible. There's no reason for obfuscation between someone who seeks to help you. It would be the same as lying to your doctor.
Surely they won't have problem with us trying to prove ourselves early on.
Let's just.
I hope this doesn't get us expelled.
Right. Let us just say this only to Dean Lucian, and since he is our first circle, and I think he. Oh man! But his other circles got expelled or left because of issues I don't want to repeat.
Well,
Okay.
if you were to be expelled, it would be at the loss of the school. From what I saw inside of that dungeon, I have a circle of very capable problem solvers.
I agree, and let's hope that the academic leadership feels the same. But let's keep that to ourselves for now and see how this unfolds. All right?
Yes, there's also something else I want to mention from the ruins. Wait, we were gone for how many days?
More than one. Tailweaver, how many days were we gone?
4 days.
4 days.
4 days? There's no way they could have went 4 days without searching my belongings. I immediately get up and run to my room to see if anyone has been poking their nose in my business.
Okay, go ahead. Go ahead and roll me an investigation check then.
I will.
Sounds like Kievan might be expelled for other reasons.
Uh-oh.
A gentleman's 11.
11. Okay. Kievan, so after your conversation in this central room, Kievan runs into his, opening up. You inspected really quickly, maybe too fast as you're not able to catch all the details, but generally doesn't look like anything has been touched. Everything looks exactly the same as you left it.
I re-secure some clasps and look around very quickly behind me, make sure no one's looking over my shoulder as I adjust a few things. Good. Everything seems to be in its natural location.
Yeah, I thought it might be kind of weird that they'd search our rooms to look for us, since we'd be in our rooms if we weren't missing.
Yes, well, I imagine they might come looking for hints or clues or whatnot, or prying eyes looking at my research.
Important research you're doing there, huh?
It wouldn't be. Most of it I keep on me.
So then why are
That's
you so worried about it?
Well, I can't carry everything on me at once. It would be a liability if something were to happen to me.
Oh, I completely understand, as I have two arcane grimoires. If one were to ever be lost, I would have to essentially start over. So you always keep a copy at home.
Absolutely, you cannot have good leadership without prudence and preparation. Very good of you, Derek. Derek of House Zen.
You can just call me Zen. You don't have to be so formal.
Ink gets really close to Zen over wine and go, I don't know if he can, actually.
He best.
Very well, Zen.
There you go. I think you do another glass, and I will flick my fingers, and a mage hand will turn the faucet and float a glass over to Kievan. Come on. You need to chill out. No one's gone through your stuff. Our friends are still missing, but we're safe.
Yes, this conversation has made me rather paranoid, I guess.
Let's just finish these nightcaps, and we'll regroup in the morrow. I'm glad you're all safe.
Likewise. I wish our full circle were assembled, but it's heartening that we made it out.
Well, have no worries. As I said, I will make sure that the hounds under my care make it to the other end of this well.
And I'm not kidding. Maybe tomorrow we should just do some like regular icebreakers. No more bulletins for a while.
Mm-hmm. Just go to a class or two.
Yeah.
I'll
I don't
finish.
think we should give up the bulletins forever. How else is our circle going to get renown?
Well, I just need them to have a better vetting process for their bulletins, frankly.
Oh, I mean, that I can agree with fully after last 4 days, I guess.
Yes, let's see how much renown we can gain for our circle before Ireland and Sia come back then. Focus yourselves on that while you slumber.
I will finish the last of my drink, set it down, and excuse me all. I think it is time for a good slumber. And I will go to my room and begin my trance.
All right. So it sounds like each and every one you're going to bed at this point?
Mm-hmm.
No?
Yep.
So you
Yeah.
all...
Ink picks up any glasses that were left behind and like puts them in the washing place and like quickly gives them a rinse and a wash and like sets them on the rack.
Awesome.
Ink is the dish doer. This is the RP that I'm for because I'm not the dishwasher ever. Fantasy.
I'm
You can do it
responsible
anything.
in this story.
In this one, I'm polite and I do the dishes for the house.
Amazing. So yes, so as you all retire, Ink, you staying by just a little bit, cleaning up the area before going to bed yourself, and you all do your final rituals before retiring and slumbering and completing a long rest.
Woohoo!
So, as at this point, you all have officially reached level 3. Congratulations.
Whee! Ba, ba,
Bum,
ba,
bum,
ba.
bum, bum, bum.
Huzzah!
All right. If you don't mind, we did a little bit of preparation. I'll upload the new card in a moment. But if you don't mind, just as you all wake up in the morning being different, what have you chosen to kind of progress into as you have reached subclasses? Rachel, what is your progression?
I have selected the College of Glamour as my bard college because it sounded fun. And I get I'm the worst to go first. I was just rolling averages before we started.
Oh.
I've been granted the Mantle of Inspiration now because of my college. I like the College of Glamour. It sounded correct.
Awesome. I see. And what has Kievan become?
Well, brace yourselves. As a level 3 from level 2 cleric, I gain level 2 spells.
Nice.
That's it. And hit points. I gained 5 hit points plus my Constitution modifier because I took the average, rounded up.
Nice.
Awesome. Zeki, how has Selly improved?
I think those 4 days in the Magic Time Cave, were really beneficial to Sully, because upon leveling up, I realized in a dream that I had untapped mental abilities. And I've taken up the subclass of the Soul Blade. So I now have psychic blades and some psionic powers. So look out, world. I might just talk to you mentally.
And
I have soul blades. I might talk to you with my mind. Not-
watch out.
All of his comments are very sharp, literally.
Oh,
They're all
boy.
knives.
Oh yeah.
That's right.
And Zendaric, how has he improved, Travis?
Zendaric also only gained level 2 spell slots because wizards choose their subclass at 2, but I'll just remind everyone, Zendaric is an enchanter is his subclass.
That is right.
So I did get a Tasha ability, cantrip formulas, which allows me on a long rest to switch out a cantrip at my choice. So that's a cool new feature besides my level 2 spells.
Very nice.
Sweet. So, with all of you waking up in the morning one by one, feeling refreshed and just a little bit stronger, a little bit more in tune to your own martial or Magus or Martialis class, you all can look out and see that the day is anew as you wake up from your slumbers and can continue on the day. As you all prepare and grab, you can all meet up inside of the center once again, preparing to see what next we'd like to do. So with the day ahead of you, it doesn't seem to be anyone coming to or calling for you yet. What do you wish to do this new day?
Is it like a school day? Because we did just start our classes. So would we is it a weekend or a weekday?
No.
Would we know?
You go free to take classes as you see fit. Just know your cantrips will be actually coming up, and you want to make sure you're prepared for those. So you can choose to go to the bulletin board and pick out any classes you would like to see what's being hosted, or go out on another quest if you want.
All right. I'll just have juice in the morning, and I don't cook for anyone. I just have for myself juice and wait for the group to assemble. But I'll say once everyone arrives, I think we should go to class today, as Ink suggested last night. Perhaps do a little investigating in between sessions, but let us keep it a little more low-key today.
Yes, class sounds preferable considering how many we missed in our 4 days away. I'm a little nervous. Also, I'm going to make some porridge. Would anyone like some as well? I can make extra.
That sounds wonderful.
Kevin comes from his room with Big Steve. Yes, a porridge breakfast sounds like a very good way to raise the morale. I, however, we will sticking with a simple breakfast of water with a light dash of lemon.
So no porridge.
No.
Noted. Porridge for two then. Ink makes porridge, and while making the porridge, once again for 10 minutes extols the virtue of a good breakfast to get the mind ready, the body prepared, and I use my inspiring leader. So everybody in this room gets 5 temp hit points.
Yay!
Aha.
I'll start unpeeling an orange as you're talking about the virtues of breakfast, and I'll eat an orange as you guys are having your porridge.
And as the elders always say, it is important to fill ourselves with the fuel to fuel our minds for the day.
Yes, I find myself rather more sharp, with a little bit of hunger gnawing at my core. But your statements are not without accuracy.
After we have finished up, I'll say perhaps we also should take a quick stop at the armory and make sure that we drop off the items we've borrowed. Remember, there is a time limit on them.
God damn it.
Otherwise, we'll be cursed, and I don't really want to have any more impediments against me.
That's a great point, especially seeing how we've been gone for 4 days already.
Yes, I lost track of the time on this. I suppose we can return that first. And then classes, and then afterwards, I have a bit I should discuss with you all. But after classes, as you all can focus there first.
Okay. I'll lead us to the armory then when we're ready.
Okay. You guys finish eating your meals, collecting your things, and make your way out, exiting out of the dark corridor as the doorway opens up on itself upon entering that war room that you had battled before in your first battle together. It then leads around the corner to another wooden door that you open up, entering into the busy halls of the Fractal Centaurum. As you continue to walk through the school interior, you hear whispers immediately. Just with your passive perceptions, all of the students, as they are talking, their conversation shifts and changes as you get the sense that people are talking about you, and that word about this strange occurrence that happened the day prior has spread amongst the students and faculty members. But as you walk around these winding halls,
does anyone approach us or say anything?
No one will approach you. You can approach them if you want, but no
If
one.
What if we like look at them? Like if someone says my name, I'm clearly gonna like look at them. Do they like turn away? Like what do they do?
Oh, roll me a quick perception check.
Okay. I'm pretty good at perceptions. Solid 15.
Okay. You go ahead and hear in House of Zen, and you turn hearing that, and you look, and as you lock eyes with these two students, they immediately turn around and like their conversation shifts. So these walls have been painted for quite some time. Yes.
Did you hear that?
My goodness, the lack of decorum in this student body is staggering.
They're talking about us and my house.
As Zendark is like aghast about this, I look at the two students and I use a psionic power to, especially the one that was talking and said House Zen. I specifically used to say, "Boo," like in their head, to like really mess with them.
Oh, as you hear that, as you say "boo," all of a sudden he goes, "Ah!" Looks around and he just kind of his head is just darting left and right, not sure what happened. He looks visibly shooketh.
That should teach them to talk about their fellow students.
Well, take the mind of it. People often will talk about others when there's nothing else in their own lives to talk about. Being the talk of the town is not uncommon for me. Those who have lived on the edge of discovery, pushing boundaries as always.
Mm-hmm.
I just can't imagine the faculty allowing this to spread to the student body. It's quite a liability on their part, considering. I worry that there might be loose lips in the admin.
Well, perhaps all they have are rumors and not any real information. But I suppose it can't hurt to ask someone what they know.
I'm sure they know nothing. We've only arrived last night.
Well, it seems they know something. We apparently are the most interesting thing at the school right now. And not in a way I would like.
I concur.
Should we go talk to Lucian? See if he's returned.
Is his room or office on the way to the armory? Because that's where we were headed first.
You have not found his office yet since you've been here, so you're not sure. He's always come to you.
Sully, do you know where his office is? It was taking us to the armory, but I'm not sure. If you know where it is, we can quickly knock on his door.
Maybe someone at the armory will know. That's a good point. I don't think
I haven't been to his office yet.
ever been there. No.
Well, let's not get distracted by rumors. Stay the course.
Oh, all right. Calm down, Kievan. Let's go. Okay, so push past all these gossipers and make our way to the armory.
Alrighty. So you continue making your way, passing the gossipers, going down until eventually you reach those large doors, the Grand Reliquary. Yeah, as you open them up and enter into the large library of magical goods, and you see there's a small line of students who, in seeing you walking in there, has been very quiet. Has then the atmosphere has changed slightly, it got slightly tense as soon as you walk in there, and people are staring at you visibly as they wait in line.
We've returned with our items.
The people
Everyone.
the people kind of like part away, letting you just walk ahead to the
Thank
front of
This
the
is
you.
line.
normal for me, so I push past them all.
Thank
I did
you.
the first time.
Follow Kievan.
As you
We've come to return these items. I hope this is well within our allotted time. Clink.
one of the small kobolds jumps up on there and says, yes, it's you. You here to return your items? Yes, I remember you. You had the shoes, and you had please return your items. Thank you.
I loved this. I'm gonna hold out my hand that has the pearl of power affixed to it. This ring, it was just gorgeous. I'm gonna take it and lean in close to this kobold and hand it to him and say, "What are they saying about us?" in a hushed voice.
Roll me a persuasion check, please.
All right. Ooh, dirty 20.
They go ahead and grab the pearl from you and get really close. Kind of shoot their eyes left and right. Well, you are the ones who entered the void. no student who hasn't graduated as a magus has ever entered the void. Nonetheless, a void that has appeared here on the Isle of Eternity. That's unheard of. They think you summoned it in some way.
They think we summoned it.
What's
They
this
think
about
we
a
entered
void?
a void?
I mean, we entered a cave.
Yeah, we entered a cave, that's for sure.
All right. Thank you. I'll sort of lean back and say, we might be back for more, but classes today.
Of course. And then do the rest of you hand out your items that you have rented?
Yes.
Yeah, unfortunately, I take off my shoes.
I hand back the primer and I go, this was a very interesting read. I would love to be able to check it out again in due time. Thank you.
Of course. And she goes ahead and grab all your items, so you can go ahead and remove them from your sheet and unattune as you hand them over. They float back by invisible hands to the different closets and glass cabinets.
I just put mine back in the party sheet in the game. Is that acceptable?
Yeah, that's fine. Oh, sorry. Yes, that's fine. Alrighty.
I will lead the group to like when we're in the hallway, just sort of like pull us to the side when we're sort of away from the rest. And I'm going to say, repeat what I heard from the kobold. Be like, they said that they're not into a void, the void, like the void. You have heard of this, right?
History check. How well do I know Void?
None of you have to roll. It is common knowledge that the void is kind of like the boogeyman, if you will. Like, it's like this dark, endless place of where rumor has it the afflicted have been born from, and they kind of go through these dungeons, which are connected to the void, and just kind of run out, afflicting everything around them.
It's just like another plane.
Yeah, just like another plane of existence.
So I'll be like, they're saying that they think that we opened a portal to the void, is what Armorer or Reliquary Master Kobold said. Here on the Isle of Eternity, we students did this. This is absurd.
This is very silly of them to think.
If we could open voids, why would we even be here at the school?
This is preposterous.
Just
Well,
more rumors and nonsense by people who don't know what's going on.
I agree.
Even bigger question. Did something else come out of the void?
How would we know? How could we know?
I mean, what else would there be an opening to the void here for?
if that's what has happened.
That will be for some deans to figure out, not for first years.
I guess we should find out if changes with time are affected with void travel, or time spent there.
They must be. It doesn't seem far-fetched.
It seems like more pointless rumor milling amongst us.
All right, Kievan, lead us to the grand lobby, to the quest board. And
To class today.
yes, but we must choose our class from the board, right? DM.
Yeah, you go ahead and see all the classes you wish to take, and you kind of grab it, schedule it, and go ahead.
Like it's
Good to make-
it's like day by day scheduling, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Good to know that you know the script, Zen.
Great.
Now, as we're walking, Ink hits up Zen and goes, Zendaric, I do have a question. As
Mhm.
someone who is well versed in the society around this school, who do you think here is the locus of the student rumor mill. I would love to know who possibly could access and disseminate this information so quickly among the student body. Who's the chatty bitch, as the elders would
I bet you it was that house meter.
say?
They're
Hmm.
terrible folk.
Those were the ones that we met yesterday, right?
Yes.
4 days ago, but who's counting?
This is gonna bug me.
This is gonna be so confusing for a little bit, isn't it?
They are quite gossipers whom thrive off of unsubstantiated claims and just trivial nonsense. I suspect they're one of the people that could potentially be doing it, but I have just came here. I'm not very well versed with the politics of this school itself. While I do know a few people and the society that which this grand esteemed building feeds, I have familial connections, but I'm not too sure of all of the inner workings just yet. But
Well, we should try and keep an open mind and eye for who and how our disappearance came to be known throughout the larger student body. That is, I think, quite important.
I agree. Yes, let's keep our wits about us. Okay, and then I'll come on, Kievan, lead to the classes, the class selection.
Yes, I was already talking about the virtues of why being there on time was so important. If you were listening.
What class shall you wish? Do you wish us to take today?
What flavors on the chart today?
Well,
Here, what we got available?
so as you make your way around there, since you mentioned something, can I have everyone roll me a perception check as you
Yes.
make your way down?
Oh yes, 24, natural 19.
24. You just may have unlocked an encounter.
Gentleman's 18.
18.
11.
7. It was canted though. I'm just gonna throw it out there.
I would say Kievan and especially the Uzendark. Zendark especially because you hear House Zen words like the somebody speaking of House Zen just as you're working your way down the staircase, kind of like in a little area where there's like a small little couch and like a Bayview Bayview window. You hear, and yes, of course, yes, and it was, I believe, my father had told me, House Zen, Darek of House Zen, who apparently went way too far, taking his circle out into the middle of nowhere, performing some type of occultist, bringing the void. At least that's what I've heard. And yes, Graham Meter is talking shit about you in the corner, kind of there, to a group of people.
I would like him to make a Constitution saving throw,
Oh my goodness.
as I immediately cast a spell on him.
What are you casting on him?
I hear him say this occultish nonsense, and you all immediately like just feel the electricity like stiffen from Zendarek, and in a moment, in a sweeping, I pull out my Rubik's Cube orb and I spin it in a way that you have never seen before, and I click the runes into place, and this black swirling vortex appears in front of me as these runes calculate a 5 around the perimeter, and once the 5 the runes connect around the perimeter of the square, the vortex warp will activate as I'm trying to pull him directly in front of me.
Okay, and he has to make a what? A Constitution saving throw?
Constitution savings throw, DC 16.
Okay, no, I'm gonna roll a disadvantage because he is, dropping a natural 19. He got a 2. Describe what happens to him as he's just talking about you in your circle to these group of other students.
I am going to, as described, I pull out my Rubik's Cube crystalline arcane focus, and I twist it. And as I twist it from like top to bottom, sort of like this black swirling gravity looks like it's being created in front of me, and that turns into arcane runes that encircle the floor in front of me, and he is just sort of pulled from the space that he is. The magic around him is twisted, and he is wrenched from where he is and plopped directly in front of us, or I'll place it so that way we're sort of a semicircle around him. And as soon as he lands, I'm going to no, I don't want to shove him because that's too barbaric, but I'm gonna say, I heard you talking shit, Meter. Is this occultic magic, or are you just too shit of a wizard to understand what's happening around you?
Okay. So he just appears, falling. Oh! His hair just all disheveled as he looks up and says, "What in the darn? Get!" And he stands up, he starts to blush as he's embarrassed being in here, as a couple of people are kind of laughing at the corner.
Maybe you should have studied more, and you would be more learned. You're such a fool that you quickly jump to accusations of occultic behavior. You sicken me, and you sully your family's name. How dare you?
How dare I can't believe. You know what? You all deserve what's coming to you. Each and every single one of you. My father told me about those who enter into the void.
Your father knows nothing.
I really can't wait. And he kind of storms back, snapping his fingers as kind of a couple of the underlings follow him as he storms away.
Makes me sick. How dare he accuse us of occultist behavior?
That was unnecessary.
Okay.
A well-behaved dog shouldn't bark or bite at strangers, unless ordered. Let them have their rumors and their talks. You should be focusing on yourself.
It's true. None of them went into the void and survived it, so
If we went into the void, we still
that's true.
don't
You're right.
know for sure.
You're right, Ink. You are absolutely right.
How can you let them just speak ill of you like that? It sickens me, poisoning the minds of those around us. Our peers think the worst of us for, what, ill-begotten gains from House Meter? I will not suffer that in my presence.
You people from long-named houses, all the same when it comes to this. Your name only goes so far. Your skills, your talent, your capability, your dignity, it's all in here. Let them talk.
Yes, small minds tend to act in small ways, and as the elders say, talk shit, get hit. So they got it coming.
Yes, he certainly did. And
Yeah,
that was
very
also-
colorful colloquialism, but casting spells on the other people here is a sure way to get ourselves into some real trouble.
I am well within my jurisdiction. Defending my honor. Defending our circle.
Yes, but I don't think the professors will look too kindly on malfeasance.
Well, we don't have to worry since that's not what happened.
It's fine. Some heightened adrenaline for a moment can be therapeutic for the body. So in a sense, you did them some good.
Let's just get to class.
Ink walks up to the board to look at what classes we have available.
Alrighty. So, continue to make your way, finally working your way all the way down the stairs. You walk up to the large board where you see several students are picking their classes, though many have kind of noticed your presence and it's a little awkward. But you do see, let's see here. Now, you can, if you wish to look at the quests, the requests similar, let me know. If not, there are training classes if you wish to do martial training. geared towards Martialis, though Magus participation is requested. There is the art of Manomancy, which teaches you how to further manifest your magic, thereby giving you probably a similar bonus, maybe a little slightly more permanent to what you had previously. There are the sports, which is tryouts for the Mage Wars events. If you wish to participate in a battle of magic and wits and athleticism, you can participate in the Mage Wars events. That's also there as well.
Just bringing up Mage Wars like that, huh?
Wow. Well, I am a proponent of Manomancy, as we did find ourselves magically out of our depth recently, and maybe beefing up the magic, not a bad idea. That's my vote, but I will happily follow if someone feels stronger for Mage Wars or Martialis work. Oh, Travis, I think you're muted.
Yes.
Oh, damn. I said something so nice. Take two. I was saying, who are we to deny inquiring minds? And we succeeded so well together in the 101. I think the 201 course we would excel. So I concur. We should continue our Manomancy studies.
Yes, I'm inclined to agree. And besides, might perhaps be a good situation to bring up one of our concerns about what happened. Perhaps a staff member knowledgeable about magic might be able to give us some guidance.
Yeah, I will say it is highly strange that no leaders of this organization have spoken to us, to just check on us and our possible trauma. Oops.
I'm sure they assume we are all capable adults and would seek the proper therapeutics if necessary, but I'm still surprised that Dean Lucian has not yet come.
Or that any administrator hasn't confronted us or requested our presence in some sense.
Well, I guess it's fine that we do this Manomancy stuff, but next time I want the three of you to join me for some Martialis training.
All right.
The lonely rogue over here.
All right. Tomorrow, acrobatics or whatever you do.
Yes, an able body is an able mind. I approve.
Also, just to let you know, if you wish to, you could take a separate course if you can, and we would go and do just two simultaneous scenes. You just wouldn't get any of the benefits of the other, if you wanted to.
Honestly, I think it's fine to keep us together right now, and it will be more fun to watch the magic users do something athletic later.
Okay. Fair enough.
Hey, don't get it twisted. I'm pretty acrobatic.
There we go. See, we got surprises abounding.
Okay, duly noted. So you guys can easily go ahead and grab the paper, making way over, and once again, it's like they awkwardly kind of bend around you as you make your way up towards the little gnome faculty member, as she goes ahead and grabs your paper and goes, yes, approved, approved, and she goes ahead.
Is it in the same room?
No. This is going to be further up. You're going to take up to the 4th floor and the east corridor, and then room.
Thank you. I'm gonna reach my hand out to shake her hand.
She stretches her hand back. Yes, you notice we kind of go. Oh, here
She
you go.
does shake my hand or does not?
No, she does not. She knows he kind of recoils. That's the word I'm looking for. She's kind of like, oh.
Wow, this is a really great way to treat people who are victims of something terrible. Do you know that?
Do you think I'm afflicted?
no, not at
What do you? Hey, what do you think we are?
I think you are.
We were
students.
lost for 4 days. You're not even gonna ask, "Hey, are you feeling okay?"
I'm so
What
sorry.
happened? You're not interested.
Um,
You just wanna treat us like criminals.
No,
That's
no.
that's your plan. Congrats. You're a really open-minded administrator. And Ink walks the fuck away.
She goes, no, and Ink, you storm out as everyone kind of parts. Oh,
And then Ink like climbs up on like the stairs or wherever and just like goes, "You all should be ashamed of yourselves. We're your classmates. None of you have behaved in the way that I would expect this institution to behave. You all should search your hearts and think about how you're reacting right now. Because frankly, this is embarrassing. This kind of behavior would not be tolerated in the tribe. Because while we may be in different circles, we are all students. We are all in this together. Embarrassing. All of you." And then he keeps walking.
Roll me a performance
to
check
class.
at advantage, please.
Thank you, I will. Ugh, Ink's so mad. Ink does not understand like this like backbiting, not like we're not competitive in the tribe, like at all. Like we care for each other. We live in commune.
Mm-hmm.
Ink is so mad that no one's like, "Oh my god, are you okay? What happened?" Ugh, just pissed.
I think it
Pissed
just
sick.
dawned upon it just like dawned upon me that they think that we're afflicted.
And one more time.
I'm thank you.
Because you had advantage. So
I have an advantage. That is very true. Oh, just a natural one. So mad. Ink is so mad. Ink does not understand.
Awesome. I activate my ability for if I see a teammate within range fail a check or a save, I may, and they roll a natural 1, I may allow them a reroll.
there you
She's
go.
about to fall off the top of the stairs. Save her.
Oh my god, it's gonna go so bad for me. I'm changing my dice color right now to an ugly color I don't like, and I'm going to hope that maybe just having ugly dice will make my dice rolls not be garbage.
Not 20.
This is the ugliest dice I can think of. Here we go. For a performance check, I'm also, if I roll bad again, I'm just gonna use my freaking star from last time.
Okay.
I'm using my star. What is occurring?
Okay. Oh
This
my
is
goodness.
disastrous.
Oh my goodness. Yes, please use the star.
I'm just gonna.
I think you might be meant to face palm on this. Face plant on this.
This is madness.
The gods are being really loud right now.
Oh,
There.
there you go.
That's my star. Unnatural. Jeez Louise. I refuse to roll bad performance checks. As a bard, I refuse.
I picture you
Awesome.
like sort of tripping up the first stairs and then turning around and making a better statement.
Yeah.
So, sorry, I'm just hilarious. So as you go ahead and first your emotions start to come over you, but your emotions are coming from truth. And as you project this to the student body around you, you start to see that the shame upon all of them as you make this speech, as they look at each other like very shameful as you storm out, making your way towards the classroom, as the gnome faculty member just kind of just goes and says, I'm sorry, and then hands each and every one of you the classroom information.
I'll grab the paperwork and I'll just say, save it. And then quickly walk after Ink.
All right. And Kayvon, Sully, do you follow as well?
Absolutely. The whole
Yeah,
time,
for sure.
Kevin's nodding the whole time with the. At one point, he goes, "Yes, speak your truth, Ink," and falls out with the rest of them.
Okay. So, following the directions that are on the papers, you make your way across, passing more through this brilliant school as the entire atmosphere just starts to change. It goes from just cool temperature to a little bit more frigid to warmth as you walk through these different sections and corridors of this school, until finally walking up these stairs that turn as you reach the top of it, thereby attaching to another platform. You walk out to the fourth floor, if you will, and down that corridor. Until turning and smelling the scent of mahogany first, as you see this brilliant archway made out of wood. Almost looks like freshly waxed. The door is blue cerulean with a gold doorknob that opens as you step forward into it. Inside, it looks more of like almost like a Grecian oasis, like with marbles. The chairs and tables are made out of marble, and there are statues of cherubs. And you can, all of you who are just magically trained, so that would be all of you. You can just feel just the magic that is encompassing this room, this brilliant room that's bright white. As standing in almost like a toga, like a golden toga wrapped around her body. You see it's an elven woman with very sharp triangular ears and very bright green eyes that glows, and long silver and black hair, kind of like salt pepper inside of her hair, stands there. But she looks very young, as elves normally do. As she goes, welcome, please, take your seat.
Do we know which dean this is?
Yes, you would know this. Well, the paper would list the dean, and you would know this as Dean Gwendolyn Silvermoon. As she goes and beckons you, and there other students walk in. So a total about, including yourselves, 10 students are now taking this class. Welcome, students. I am Dean Gwendolyn Silvermoon, and I'm here to teach you the art of manomancy, how to truly manifest your inner magics. Throughout this course, you will learn how to augment your energies, turn it into something physical, and then use that to then power up your spells, and then to hold on to that, lasting days, weeks, months even, if you get to the pinnacle of this course. Now I ask you, are you all ready?
Yeah!
As she goes by and starts walking, and she looks at you and she locks with your circle for a moment. There's no hesitation, there's no sign of prejudice or anything that the other students shown to you, but there is a little bit of like a pause as she kind of analyzes each and every one of you. Seems like almost like she's reading your soul almost, as she smiles and then continues walking past. The first thing I need you to do is then to walk to one of the clay statues. You will need to then infuse your mana into it and form it into whatever shape you wish. The more detailed, the better. Impress me, and you will get a passing grade, and we can move on to the next stage. So please, each and every one of you, and as she moves her hands across, you see that these marble statues kind of shift on the ground. You can hear the sound of like marble scratching against the marble until it lands right in front of each and every one of you. This 5 foot tall kind of cherub statue made out of marble. Go ahead and touch it and concentrate onto the mana and create your manifestation. Begin. As each of the other students begin holding on to it, and we'll start. And we will start with Sully. As you are in front of this, if you don't mind, please go ahead and roll me an Arcana check.
I would love to do that.
Oh, I'm sorry. Not Arcana. What is your spell casting modifier? That's what I meant to say.
Oh, my spellcasting modifier, I believe, is... Because I just have, like, the Magic Initiate feat.
Mm-hmm. And you were Warlock, correct? So it would be Charisma based?
I believe so. I'm just, like, trying to make sense of it, because with my spells, I have, like, Hunter's Mark. So I'm like, how did I get a Ranger spell? with like a warlock background. But
Did you get it by accident? Or did you mean to take it? Because you might not actually have access to it.
yeah, that's what I'm like trying to figure out with my magic initiate.
Or did you get it for the like a Witherbloom?
Oh. Yes.
Um,
Yes, you got
maybe.
it for your spells with the bloom. Yes, that's why you have it.
Okay.
Um,
Okay,
yeah.
so then it's still like a spellcasting ability through charisma, though, right?
Correct.
So,
You go ahead and roll me
so
that.
just make a charisma check.
Plus your proficiency bonus.
Okay. So that's going to be an 11 plus 2. That's 11 plus an additional 2 for proficiency. So that is 13. I do have an additional psionic power that I can use because I have 2 for my level right now. And I would like to kind of use a psi bolstered knack. So when something non-psionic in my training fails me, my psionics can kind of help. So I don't know if I necessarily failed this ability check, but I would like to potentially re-roll it into a higher success.
Sure. I would say you would definitely want to be higher, or do better in
Yeah.
this. Yes.
Okay, so I think that's a good time to use that, and it kind of works because we just leveled up, which is much better with a 21. So definitely worked out.
Oh, a 21. Excellent. So, Sully, describe to me, as this is a major success, a very detailed imagery of what is Sully creating out of this clay. Anything he desires.
Out of this clay?
Well, I should say not clay, this marble. But you
Out
can
of the
mold it like
marble.
clay.
Oh, you can kind of mold it like clay. Okay. I think what you see for Sully specifically is the shape of a raven, and one that's kind of arching out its wings, or about to take off in flight. And you just see like the strong, curved, sharp beak, almost pointing out like a needle, as I am thinking about my sister a little bit.
Oh, awesome. So you go ahead and create this in high detailed. Your magic does envelop this and create this very detailed work of art as Gwendolyn walks by. Impressive. She kind of gives you a nod as we continue on over to Zendaric. As you as well attempt to do this, please roll me your spellcasting modifier check.
I would like to guide myself before I do this.
You certainly can.
Nice.
Pulling out my orb, my arcane focus, I'm in sort of a rhythmic pattern, something that I've done before. As I've sort of perfected this, and I can just sort of feel the energies growing within until a rune sequence encases myself, and I give myself a little boost. So let me give myself that guidance. And then you said spellcasting modifier?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. D20 plus your spellcasting modifier should be how I should be saying it.
18.
18. All right. Well, that is another success. As you as well start to mold the marble cherub into any image you choose. Go ahead and describe what does Zendaric create.
In these harsh times, I fall back to a familiar person in my life who is a rock and a foundational figure that helps me overcome. And I start to sculpt a what looks to be like a large tree, and it has this like very thick trunk and branches that sort of grow out, and then at the base you can actually see there's a kneeling figure and then a very graceful elven figure with an outreached hand, and it sort of like paints this scene of like a sacred space and one female elf reaching out to a male elven character.
Beautiful. As Gwendolyn walks by and looks down at it. Impressive. She goes to give a nod. She then continues to walk on over to Ink. As Ink, if you can please roll me a d20 plus your spellcasting modifier, should be your charisma plus proficiency bonus.
Is there a way to just throw that, or?
Oh, you could just do a charisma check, and then in the little box at the bottom left, add +2.
Oh, cool. Thank you. Charisma +2. Hello? Hello? $16?
16. Excellent. Alrighty. So, with a 16, you also it takes a little effort, but that is a success as you're able to mold the material to what fashion?
Yes. Ink is still kind of like trembling from being just so mad at this school and its lousy attitude that they're just like thinking about better times and better places, and despite themselves, what they mold is the caravan that Garrick's led, that they rode in. Just like the big like the big like canvas colored wagon, and like you can sort of see like little beings on the inside like sitting, and like Ink is just like placed themselves sitting on top of it, so it's like this little diorama of Garrick's caravan.
Amazing. So that beautiful diorama peers out in the rock-like material as the professor walks by. Huh. I see a lot of emotion in this. Good. Magic is fueled by emotion. Keep at it. And yes, that is a success for you. And finally...
Thank you, Dean.
Oh, no. Thank you, she says, looking down at you as she continues walking past. And Kayvon, you as well. Finally, before you roll your modifier, please, Kayvon, you hear something, a familiar whisper in your ear, more like an echo in your head, as the familiar voice.
This magic is so beneath you. You're beyond this. Why do you pretend to play the part of the student, my champion? But I'm here to help you. Let me give you some of my power, so you can really show them how things are done.
I look around the room really quickly to see if I see Radamon in the room.
You owe me a quick perception check, please.
An 8.
An 8. You look around, you don't see anything, but you think you see it's very shiny marble that's in front of you, and you look at it through your reflection. You think you see a little bit of a shadow of a fairy-like creature on your shoulder.
Kevin looks around And he looks back at his group and the people in the classroom, and he quickly tries to regain his composure if he's lost any or looks like it. He's going to try to really quickly do this this sculpt figurine and then step back to his circle very quickly.
All right. Do you give in to the pull, the pull to dive into that endless font of magic?
No, absolutely not.
Okay.
We're practicing here, one, and two. That is very inappropriate time to come in.
Alrighty. So, ignoring the words of the voice, go ahead and roll me that your spellcasting d20 plus your spellcasting modifier.
An 8.
An 8. Go ahead and roll me a charisma saving throw, please.
Ah, nutter butters. Ha. A 16.
16. All right. You go ahead and create so describe to me what Kievan was attempting to create.
Kievan was attempting to create an image of a hand reaching out through ivy, like a hand wrapped in ivy holding an apple.
Okay. So as you go ahead and cast your magic and you just can't concentrate, as you're trying to push against this compulsion, this external force that you hear within your mind, you don't quite make it. It's kind of broken, and you can see a little bit of the outline as the cherub kind of changes shape, but it's like still in its cherub form, so it looks almost monstrosic in a sense as you were trying to create this beautiful hand and vine. As you look over and see the professor walking down, as you turn and look at her and you look back, you hear like the sound of like a crushing stone turn and see the sculpture has become beautiful. Adding 10 to your roll, so a total of 18, it then forms into that hand with the detailed with the vine going through it as she arrives and says, "Oh, beautiful. Interesting. Though there's something dark about this. Impressive." And she walks away from you. And you can feel, I'm going to take away one of your level 1 spell slots, as you can just feel forcibly like energy has been pulled from you.
Yeah.
Kievan, you sweating?
I look at Zan, and I look at Ink, I look at Sully, I look at it's not nothing to concern yourself with.
I didn't think it was that difficult for this class today.
Are you all right?
Yes. And at this point, you're gonna feel a tickle in your brain, Sully. Sully, do not behave alarmed or in an active fashion. This is me, Kievan, speaking to you. I look him in the eye at this point, like dead in the eyes.
Can I respond to this?
You can.
Kievan, I know your voice. Like this, I'm not surprised.
Yes, good. Now we've gotten that out of the way. I may have perhaps heard a voice akin to the one I heard in the maze before.
You mean the one that you heard when we were gone for 4 days? The lost time voice? You don't...
Yes. Remain level-headed, as I trust you can.
Naturally, I am the epitome of cool.
Yes, I do not wish to make a disruption, and his ink has obviously been a little on edge, and Zen is a bit less than subtle.
Zendark also worries of his family's image, which I guess is important in a place like this.
Yes, but something is wrong. It is interfering with my ability to study. Right now, it has tried to contact me.
What did it say?
It isn't what it said, it is what it did, Sully. It has interfered with my magics. I will need to talk to you all after this afterwards. Please make sure that the rest of the circle does not become separated after this is over.
I say out loud to the group,
I think after this class today, maybe we should head over to the library and do some research on potentially the location of this cave. I don't think what's behind us is completely gone. And it might be good for all of us to kind of just stay together for a little while.
I think that is wise. Also, I think the library means people have to be quiet.
I concur. I'm sure there's
Just-
plenty of literature.
Ink is so mad. I didn't realize Ink was going to be this mad.
Yeah, that was rather blood. Yes, that will do. Good work, Sully.
you say that out loud or in my head?
In your head. I don't.
Oh,
say
okay.
that out loud. I step back, kind of rubbing my head and feeling weird about a spell, magic energy being pulled from my body, non-consensually.
Oh, why did you go and do that? Oh, I just wanted to show you what wonders we can do together, Kayvon. Don't fight against me. I'm here to help you.
I'm gonna try to talk back to the. Can I talk to this link? Is it two-way?
You can try.
Did you follow me back from where we went?
Yes, because I told you you are my champion. I can see greatness in you.
But this is not an appropriate time to address me. I will reach out to you next. And make yourself reach outable at the time of my preference.
If that is what you desire, I will be here, waiting and watching whenever you are ready.
Yes, and I didn't ask for you to be watching over my conversations going out to other people. I don't imagine how long you must have been down there by yourself, but there are certain rules of communication with others that we adhere to in a society of civilized creatures.
The void doesn't respond. You don't feel any connection anymore.
Well, that's good. I feel as if I put him in his place. Then there we go. I'm in control here now.
Alrighty. So,
He's like, alrighty, let's send you to the void. I'm gonna definitely meet the other players.
roll initiative.
Roll initiative.
You look around and see that the other students haven't quite grasped it as well as you'd have done. As she turns to them, well, you will continue at this level, while you four, she says, pointing to you, I wish for you to continue on to the second course. This will really push your ability to mold your manomancy, but if you can manifest this, you will know that you'll be able to increase your fortitude, increase your defenses, and the ability for things to defend against your magic. Please step this way. As she beckons for you to stand up and walk deeper into this. And this room almost seems eternal. It just continues on and on as a marble. the random fountain here and there and statues.
Heck yeah, we'll totally follow this Dean.
Okay. All right. So she continues walking, and as she walks, it's almost like you just feel radiating around her, just magical, like the energy of the forest, of very just fey energy, just about her. As she continues walking down, about 5 minutes passes, and the people where you were, just a distant memory. As you turn around, and just everything is just this large oasis. I have brought you into a place that connects with the ley lines down on the surface, if you will. It's not as strong as a place of power, but it should choose to amplify your magic. Since you have shown such strong ability to augment your manamancy, here you will now put it to a test. Strain it. Increase that muscle. Are you ready for this task? And she looks at each and every one of you.
Dean,
Yes.
can we rely on each other in this test, or is it individual again?
You're a circle, are you not?
Yes.
Oh. Well, I can see that you must be a powerful circle. All of you have passed the first level. So yes, I would say you can use your magic to help each other.
All right.
So, when you are ready, all four of you can now enter into this pond. And she points towards like a palm tree oasis, a small like lake. Step inside and let the waters wash over you. There, you will be facing the pressure of your magic, of the magic of the ley lines. And if you succeed, will come out stronger. So now, whenever you're ready, and she steps back.
I propose we do this together. Ink, how proficient in arcane fluctuations are you? Are you proficient in Arcana? Is what he's asking. What I'm asking.
Oh yes, my proficiency is not enormous, but enough.
Fantastic. I propose that you and I am also proficient in Arcana. I don't want to make assumptions, Sully Kievan, but I wish that we sort of balance each other. So if we all link hands, as long as Ink and I each hold one of your hands, we should then have a perfect balance. And perhaps we can, fluctuate and, mediate the Arcana between us as we enter this lake together.
Yes, now might perhaps be a great time for us to see our own unique individual capabilities.
That is completely contrary to what I just suggested, but if you wish, sure. I still propose we aid each other, but
Okay, so.
So are we doing this together, or are we doing this individually?
Go ahead,
Like
Kievan.
some opportunity for it to shine individually, to show our own individual strengths and all of that.
So Kievan, you don't want to be a part of this. Sully, do you want to do this as a circle? Because I'm sure if those of us who want to do it as a circle can do it together, and Kievan can just show off, I guess.
I'm simply guiding you all through how I'm showing you how to do as I do and as I say.
I don't know about Kievan, but I am not as gifted in the magical arts as all of you others, so I will join the
Yeah.
group.
Let's join hands. The three of us, it's cool. It's cool, Kayvon. You got this. I know you do. I believe in you. And I grant a little bardic inspiration to Kayvon because I don't know. I don't know how it's going to work.
Got it. Perfect. So, Kayvon, you have a bardic inspiration that you can use for the next 10 minutes.
And I will flank Sully with Ink.
Nice.
And the three of us will follow behind Kievan.
Okay.
And I will give myself guidance.
Got it. So are the three of you holding hands going in or just
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
got it.
I'm trying to like give like the help action for like us. That's why, or like
No,
if possible.
Got it. And so the three of you, or I should say the four of you, walk into this oasis. Everything goes silent. Like any sounds of running water or any or the classmates further down just disappears. And all you can hear is just the footsteps of each other, and then the sounds as you kind of walk into the water. Kayvon, you step in first, and you immediately feel almost like a weight temporarily lift off your shoulder, as if like there was something on your shoulder, and then like a physical weight lifted as you step into the water as it goes deeper and deeper. Until you are a halfling, so as you step forward, it gets right up to right beneath your chin, or I should say right beneath your lip, like up at your chin, where you kind of stick your head up just so you don't completely submerge yourself, but you stop and just kind of float as the three of you lock hands and walk in as well, one by one. As you do, you all close your eyes, as immediately a wave of energy just washes over you all. First, since you stepped in by yourself, Kayvon, as this happens, this energy, it feels physical. You are knocked over, just falling flat into the water, completely submerged by the lake. As you stand there in kind of this, or float there in this stasis, you feel the pressure of like energy, like a cocoon wrap around your body. And I need you to immediately make me a wisdom saving throw, please.
$19.
19, very good. So, as you are locked in this stasis and are floating there, images start to flood through your mind. Strange images, memories of your family, memories of you as a child begin to flash through your head, but then others. Memories of something darker. The sensation of being locked in a cage in a dark place, of claustrophobia. The sensation of being prodded and poked at, the smell of sulfur. These things just kind of overtake you and seem to push against you, but you're able to kind of stay steadfast and true. As the three of you, the same happens to you, but you're all locking hands together, so you all simultaneously fall into the lake. At advantage, I need all of you to please roll me, for Zendaric at advantage, roll me an intelligence saving throw, and Ink, a charisma saving throw, and Sully, a charisma saving throw. And these are at advantage. All right. So, Ink, final number?
10.
10.
They're both 10. It's
Ten.
fine.
Got it. Sully.
That's a 12. Sorry.
That's all right. 12 and Zendaric.
15.
15. Okay. Alrighty. So, the three of you are also pulled into the strange water and feel the pressure around you. Though those of you who have lower than a 15 feel the strain and the stress puts against you. You get the feeling of something of like the waves, the waters are going to just crush you. That magical presence too much. Though if you got 15 or higher, that is a success. As you feel, you all can feel a connection between the three of you, like a bond, and a thin layer bond, like a thin string connecting to Kievan as well, and like two missing ones just flapping in the water. As the three of you all begin to kind of feel this energy, at this point, those of you who succeeded, you could do that advantage. Everyone else, you have to do it at standard. Go ahead and roll me a d20 plus your spellcasting modifier in an attempt to further push your abilities.
You got a double one, Zendaric?
Yes. Yes. Today's not my day.
Jesus.
We got no blessing of the 9. You got
No.
no blessings of the 9s out there.
No
I
blessing
rolled
of
a
the
3
nine.
and 2. I got an 8 in total.
Okay, so Zendaric, final
Wait,
number.
can I use my before I know what the result of the roll is, before I know what the result of it, but see the roll, can I use my D inspiration to
Yeah.
re-roll that?
Go right
Fuck
ahead.
yeah. I mean,
Okay.
heck yes. Boop, there you go, back Dungeon Master.
Okay. So your final number, Kayvon.
17. Fuck
17. Nice. Ink, your final number?
Where do I roll with my spellcasting modifier?
Oh, just roll it. It's just a charisma check, and I'll add
Okay.
something to your sheet for next
Thank
time.
you.
But charisma check plus your proficiency.
It's bad. It's bad.
Mm.
I can't. This VTT does not want me to roll good at all.
Oh,
yeah. You start ruthless today.
Right.
Grouse is ruthless today.
Fantastic.
Zendaric, your number was
7.
7, 5, and Sully. You're muted.
Also 7.
Oh. Alrighty.
Wait, it gets better.
Mhm.
Ink, what did you get?
I got 5. I think.
Plus,
well,
plus 2.
plus 2, 7.
Oh.
So we got triple sevens, which I don't know about you, but that's like the luckiest thing you can get. So,
That is true. That is
just
really
saying,
lucky.
just saying.
Oh, yeah. So your
You
final number
all
is 7.
execute on the same day. Wow, twinsies.
7, 7, 7.
Okay, I know how I'll play this. You know what? I gotta respect the 777 with the three of you because it's only three of you. Okay, so Kayvon, as these images start to roll through your head and all that, you hear the sounds like a conversation. As you hear, the blood pact has been made. The 9 will rise, and you will be my harbinger. Go, find him, and bring him to me. And as that memory, you can't see it, all you can hear is his voice, this voice of some dark entity that just kind of puts chills on your back. You are able to not succumb to that will and break free and wake up, popping out of the water as you manage to make your way back to the shore. Your ally is nowhere to be seen, but you have successfully broken free from this. And you will get the DC +1 and your spellcasting ability modifier added to your checks until something happens. So it's more of a permanent boost to this. So it's no longer a 24-hour boost to you. The rest of you, however, as you all are inside the water struggling, a strange vision does come upon the three of you, a collective vision that you see. You see an image of what looks to be a circular planet, a large comet or some type of astral force crashing down onto it as between two other large celestial bodies. As the explosion happens, you see the planet shake and begin to split into two as it cracks, as one half floats off into the rest of this astral plane, and the other one, flat and carved, lays reminded there. And as these strange events flashes through your head, you find your bodies shot out of this strange imagery of whatever this could have been, waking up, floating from the water itself, feeling a strange like event connecting the three of you. Sounds like a weird heebie-jeebies between the three of you. Although you have failed, I will say, because you rolled 777, whatever this event that you happen to have witnessed seems to have seared itself into the three of you. While the three of you are together, while you can see each other, you will have this bonus. But if any one of you happens to be out of vision or not there, you will not get this bonus to your spell casting modifier DC. So it's more of like a power over 3 kind of connection that you've just created through this spell. As you both wake, all of you pop out of the water.
So wait, what's the actual bonus?
Your spell DC and your spell attack. So as if you got like a rare item that would erase that, has been added to your stats permanently. As before, it was just 24 hours. But only if the three of you are within sight of each other. It's like a connection between the three of you.
Okay, cool.
All right. Makes sense? Alrighty. So, with that strange event, that weird event that flashed before you, you all, like maybe a strange portent of sorts. You all wake up, making your way back to shore, completely drenched, as the teacher stands there looking at you. I trust it was an illuminating experience. How do you all feel?
Exhausted. Mentally.
Confused.
Very confused.
Yeah. Was I supposed to see a vision?
Some do go through visions as they connect to the ether. This is the ley lines you're tying yourself with through, connected to all things, past, present, and future.
Ha! Then I was successful, as I expected from the start.
Excellent.
I trust you all followed my example and succeeded as well.
I feel a warmth when I know my friends are near me. I feel emboldened by your presence as I look to Ink and Sully.
Something for sure. I will say, I don't think something like this would happen at Martialis training.
That's for true.
How long have we been gone, Dean? How many days have passed today?
Yeah.
You've only been down there for about an hour. The length of my class. You don't worry.
Oh, thank goodness.
But I take it from your expressions that you all experienced something, so I will hope that it was a success. Do you feel your magic increased? Your defensive empowered due to the power of your manamancy?
Well, I was quite capable myself before I came in, but I feel slightly improved, yes.
Ah, excellent. Well then, that concludes our class on advanced manomancy. If you need anything, please come and let me know. I will let you know. I can either alert you directly if you wish to know when my next class will be and my next advances, or you can see if they've been posted on the bulletin board.
Appreciate your tutelage, Dean.
Yes, thank you, Dean Gwendolyn.
No, it's my pleasure. Well then, if I'll lead you back to the room, and as you kind of turn around and look where her arms are motioning to, this space kind of almost like Matrix style moves directly towards the door, and as you are like placed back right next to your seats, as you see disappointed students still trying to make something out of the marble, unfortunately are unable to, as you are brought back to the middle of the classroom. All right, class, that concludes. If you are not able to get past the first level, don't worry. We will be having more classes you can take, but unfortunately, I will have them marked as a failure on your syllabi. So, but the four of you, congratulations. I'll make sure to put down as a success, one step closer to taking your cantrips.
Thank you again. Shall we depart, Circle?
Yeah, I guess so.
Yes, to the library.
To the library.
To the library.
As you walk out towards the library, you step outside back into the corridor as there is suddenly a large announcement, a thaumaturgic announcement bouncing through the halls, echoing across all of the chambers. Will Circle Mu 67J please report to the headmastress's office? Will Circle Mu 67J please report to the headmastress's office? Thank you.
Phew! That's not our circle. Thank goodness. I thought that they were calling for us for a moment.
Wait, I thought that was us.
No, we're Mu 7J.
Oh.
That he distinctly called for Mu 67J.
You're actually Mu 67J. The second time I told you, I left out the 6. My bad, but I have written here.
This is why we just need to be the big G unit. I'm just saying.
So yes, that is
Not
you
easy
guys.
to remember.
Oh, nuts.
Oh, nuts.
While we're in the headmaster's office, we can make that adjustment. So we're the bagoo.
Bagoo.
Begin the bagoo.
All right. And with that announcement, let's take a break.
Yay.
Yay.
We made it. We're alive. Kind of.
Kind of.
All
Enough.
I tried to tell. I tried to adhere to the character transparency accord.
We haven't got to the library yet.
Right. And now you've been called to the principal's office, so we will see.
And now we never will.
But we'll find out.
Library.
So we'll see
She's
you
an
back.
angel person. She must be nice.
We'll find out. Right after this. But we'll be back in about 10 minutes, so we'll see you soon.
Awesome. Back in 420.
Bye.
And we are back. Oh, good. And all the cameras came on. Technology working. Gotta love it.
Yay, we love that.
Wait, we're live right now?
Right now.
Right.
Wait,
Whoa, the whole internet can see me.
all of these internet people are in my house? Get out!
They have all traveled through the tubes.
Wow.
And they live here now.
Oh,
So get used to it.
no. Well, they better be paying rent. Pony up.
They're paying in viewership.
Ah, that's not real.
Alrighty. All right. So,
Y'all live rent free though.
In my mind, yes. You viewers, there you are.
Love them.
Right there.
free rent. So, welcome back, everyone. Let's remove the bookmark and continue our tale. So, Hexbreakers, you have just went through this strange event, this revelation that came upon you. Not sure what that means. You have left, successfully completing yet another course here towards your cantrips, as you have heard your circle name, your full circle name, announced over the thaumaturgy to report to the headmastress's office. What do you guys do?
We're fine. We're so fine. We also need to come up with a better name than the default one given to us.
My money's still on Bagoo.
Really, Ink? You're so much more, creative than that.
I just like being the big G unit. It
Like,
just it presents to me a level of panache and gravitas.
the big G unit.
The big G unit. I don't know what the
think there's
G's
some-
for, but I like it. For good, for great,
Great.
even.
Grand. We are the grand
the big
unit.
grand unit. The
Like-
Bagoo.
If you say it the full time, then I'm behind it. But Bagoo, demeans it.
It's just an acronym.
It's just
Dark.
it's just a little fun charm joke. We can't take ourselves too seriously here.
Yes,
You-
then they won't take us seriously. We have
well,
to.
they're all jerks, so I'm not concerned.
The name isn't that important. Besides, we'll only have it for a brief period of time anyway.
Then
Perhaps
will be
there
the
is a
Magoo.
I think there is perhaps a ritual of renaming that we may be able to undertake if we choose to switch in the future. But
We could be the bold grand unit. Does that help?
no, no.
Zendark, once we get out of here, we can be the major grand unit.
Oh,
the
the
Magoo.
Magoo.
You're killing me.
Oh my god, I'm gonna choke.
You don't? Are you sure you don't want the Phoenix Riders or the Arcane Breakers or something just with a little bit more
Can you really name your circle here after anything?
yes.
The real Magoos.
The real
Oh.
Magoos.
Oh my god. This is a test.
Look at these Magoos.
This is a test from
They're
what-
real.
my fucking god. What god do I worship?
Zendark, think about it.
Hold on.
You see someone entering this school and you're like, oh,
No.
maybe one day they'll be real Magoos too.
Yeah. Also,
Oh.
I imagine
Oh.
if we pick kind of a silly name, maybe these little snakes will learn to live a little and maybe not get so caught up on whether or not we're evil void summoners or not.
Yeah,
He,
honestly, a big impressive name like whatever you were saying before could be misconstrued as us attempting to be kind of evil.
Is there any kind of name of any great circle in the past? Zen, you seem to be knowledgeable of all things at school. Are there any great names of any other circles that came before?
I mean, there are plenty of well-renowned circles.
What was the name of one of your family members' circles?
Oh.
Anybody
I know it
recent?
should be named after one of his family.
No,
Something else.
Exactly. I don't want
No,
to
just as like an
capitalize that.
example of like what did they go with?
There's already one person named after his family in this group. Isn't that enough?
My father's circle was one of the arcane breakers.
Okay, Arcane Breaking 2, Electric Boogaloo. That's us.
We don't, but I agree. I don't think that we should base something off of like my family. I just felt like that was like powerful and it holds some like gravitas in like elevated circles, and I just don't feel like I have the same power with Bugu as I do with like arcane something else, or like
I
like
see.
the,
I see.
the
I get it.
Everlight Crushers, or like
Uh-huh.
and I'm gonna like pull out the manual and I'm gonna flip through the pages and I'd be like, I know they said you have to name it quickly, but I feel like we have until the end of the semester, so like we don't have to register today.
Okay. I understand what you're saying. What if instead of Bagoo, we called it Buga? Does that help?
The big
Is that
great,
the magistry and the mystery you're looking for?
is it like the big great arcane? What is the A?
No, it's just a different way to pronounce the U, because it could either be oo or with a U.
You see like his eyes start to twitch and he like it's under consideration. It truly is.
The greatest circle of all time is a bit on the nose.
What about the Void Divers?
The Void Divers now. That has
Oh, we're gonna lean into how everybody thinks we're spooky void bringers. I don't know. Are we now? I gotta know, is the goal here with our name to win hearts and minds or lose them? Because I think if we embrace the void of it all, there is a risk that everyone will think that we're evil.
We don't even know for sure that we went into a void because no one has told us anything about anything yet.
That's
But I
very
imagine
true.
once we get to their office that someone will give us an idea of what's happening, or at least someone empowered to be able to answer us will be there.
Surely the headmaster, at least. You know where we're headed now.
Yes.
Exactly. Thank you, Sully, for staying on the course.
I am
Because that's where we're walking right now as we're talking.
I will sort of look towards Sully and do like the I see you. Like that name's still on the table with me.
The Void Divers.
Yeah. He's like, yes, please, please. You see like how desperate Zendar is in this moment.
I personally liked Magoo's, the major
I like
grand.
major. Yeah, I like major grand
What's the
unit.
U stand for? Oh, unit. Right.
Unit? Yeah, it's for a unit.
Oh, okay, we shouldn't leave Headmistress Seraphim waiting. Let us proceed.
Yeah, let's go. But
Yeah.
Ink, do you think adding some numbers to it would make it sound snappier?
Ooh, like Bagoo 2.
Bagoo 5,000.
Bagoo 10 million.
Oh, how you guys broke me. Oh my goodness.
Magoo 69.
Oh, nice.
As we are casually strolling to the
Yeah.
headmaster's office.
I'm coming back to know I'm coming. Oh, okay. So, as you go and debate the name of your circle, you continue to walk through the halls. And easily you can find your way, especially using Dark. Everyone knows. Actually, strangely enough, you all know where the headmistress stays. You know how to get to their room as you go up and down corridors and sliding doors that open up, gateways that require passcodes that suddenly pop into your head as they open up as you walk through this strange
We don't
labyrinth.
find that like funny.
I mean,
Ink, don't you think that's so funny? The code's obviously 5, 4, 2, 2, 9, right?
I mean,
Isn't that what you saw in your head too?
yeah, you may find it odd enough. Yes, the answers, I mean, they don't feel odd, but I guess it's strange that they're just coming into your head. But it is a magical school.
That was the code. The door just opened.
Then, of course, walking in until finally you make your way up like a spiraling tower. The tower itself is made out of stone, and you can see that there are these kind of almost portcullises out of the walls itself, and you can look and see like the sky proper, and it's just it's a brilliant afternoon sky, brightly lit. You can see wyverns flying around you until finally you reach, like at the top of this tower, a very arcane looking door. There's like a white shimmering border around this door in a shape almost like the letter M, like two archways, if you will, together. And as soon as you walk up to the top, the door just opens up as if expecting you.
That wasn't weird. Again, magic school though, and I go up first, or through first.
I'd like it known that I did hear something in my head, and I don't want us to keep it a secret from each other. The numbers for the door.
Yeah.
I look over at Sully as that happens, and I
What?
Yes, well, we all need a chance to talk after we get through this. Let's go, hurry up.
Okay. I thought we were supposed to speak tonight. I hope we make it to tonight, Kievan, for your sake.
We talk about it later. Continue on.
Okay.
So, you all enter one by one up the stairs as the door closes behind the last person. The room you walk in looks to be almost like it looks like the inside of a tree, like the trunk of a tree. But everything has been carved meticulously. Like there are bookshelves around just thick, a large area. There are staircases leading up to other rooms. There are brooms that are fantaging, like controlling themselves, moving back and forth, cleaning themselves. As about 50 feet ahead of this oak-like interior, there is a large desk and almost like a judge kind of station area. Sitting up at the top, about 15 feet top, is the elegant, brilliant, winged angelic seraphim headmistress of the Fractal Centaurum. And then you see sitting down on an actual table, or in a chair and a table, is Lucian Shadowbrook, as well as Amara Nightshade. If you remember, Amara Nightshade is kind of the second in command who had you all put your hands on the...
She's the head of deans.
Yes, the dean. Yes, exactly.
That's what I have in my notes.
Exactly, yes. As you hear, and the angelic voice of Seraphim, please, have a seat. What do you all do?
I sit.
I will sit. Yeah.
I too sit.
I guess I'll sit if I have to announce it, but I was just gonna sit.
Oh, okay. So you all kind of go ahead and make your way down and sit down, and with Amara all the way to the right and all the way to the left of you would be Lucian Shadowbrook. Lucian just looks beat up. He looks heavy, as if he's been awake for days. And you can just, with your passive insight, see he looks defeated, as Amara Nightshade specifically locks eyes with you, Ink, for a moment, and then breaks it as you hear the headmistress. So, I have been told that you have entered into an area that we dub as the Void. We are here to ask you questions about how this came to be, what you experienced there, and any lasting effects you may have right now.
Shall we... Ink, do you wish to regale what happened?
I shall. We took a request off of the bulletin board for an artificer by the name of Amira. Amelia. Thank you. Right. Ink knows. Rachel struggles with names. We came into her home, and we're told that a light golem had escaped and needed to be brought back for needed repairs. So we were to disable it. We went into a cavern full of weird puzzles and ori, some tapestries. It was a strange place, but we did find the light golem, and with the help of our dean, we were able to subdue the construct. Only to discover that we had been gone for days, despite our understanding of only being down in that cavern for a paltry number of hours.
I would like to add that there were also arcane traps about. We did enter with 2 more, and as you understand, they are separated and not with us.
We are aware of the other 2 missing from your circle. In all transparency, we want to let you know that they are still lost, and we are searching for them. We have sent one of our brightest archons to investigate this new entryway into the void. But understand that an entrance to the void opening newly, but not just newly, here, on top of the Isle of Eternity, is something one thought impossible. And your circle seems to have been involved heavily in its return. She moves her wings that are bright and shining like crystals out, and as they do, a feather shoots out and connects to a book that's on one of the bookshelves about 50 feet away, and bringing it back as it floats down to the middle of your group, enough for you all to see, and opens up to a certain page. There you see a familiar image in black and kind of like in parchment coloring of a small, like almost gnomish woman with the long ponytails and the strange contraptions and ensemble of that old Amelia. And the date of life looks to read that she had died about 150 years ago. Is this the Amelia that you received the quest from?
Yes.
Yes, it is. Also, I'd like it noted that we took a bulletin provided by your institution. So
I have the paperwork.
I would say that we are not necessarily the locus of this, we cannot say for sure if any other students had taken this, if they had entered into the void or not. So I'm just speaking my case here. I do not wish to draw any conclusions about us, but I will say that this was your bulletin, overseen by your administration, to be disseminated to your student body.
They look down at you, with no emotional change in their almost porcelain-like face. Noted. We apologize. This was not a sanctioned quest that should have been placed upon the bulletin. It seems that our defenses, and they look down directly at Lucian, seems to have holes in them. Lucian Shadowbrook, your circle leader, is also in charge of our magical defenses, and it seems that they are lacking, and you have been targeted. And Lucian just looks, not even meeting eyes. He normally has this kind of stern but direct look to him. He's now looking down, shoulders hunched, and looking away as Seraphim is continuing to speak. But you all seem to have been connected. Tell me, did you experience anything else from the void? Any contact from the afflicted, or anything else that's out of the ordinary? And their eyes dart like almost like eagle eyes at each and every one of you.
We did dispatch 4 afflicted in the cavern. We made no contact with them. We tried our best to avoid, but in our stealthing, we were noticed, and they were thrown off the side of a chasm.
We tricked them.
It
Unintentionally,
was
as we were trying to escape.
quite well done, to be honest. I'm still reconciling with that emotionally, as I really didn't want to hurt anybody down there.
I also believe you should note there was a puzzle that we encountered, a room
A couple
that
puzzles.
gassed and poisoned us.
Oh yeah, that was awful.
It was quite ill-inducing and afflicted our constitution. So perhaps we are disease-ridden. Healer can double-check that, but Kievan did ensure that we were medically all right, but hopefully it was nothing more than a simple noxious gas. And then I'll go in detail and explain the puzzle and how we solved it.
Okay. Interesting. So you have seen more evidence of sort of dragon war.
Oh yes, there
Out
was
in the murals.
the large tapestry in one of the hallways showed the sanction wars between the factions. The faction wars, that's what it was. The faction wars between the various dragons. It's quite fascinating. I had hoped that we could have delved down for some research, as that seemed like a very important work of art to be preserved.
Prolonged exposure to the void can have adverse effects, so it was best that you have left when you did. You can count on your dean's connection to your circle, a tie that ties all of you together. He was able to use it to teleport you in and out. As he looks over and lock eyes with Lucian for a moment. Is that everything you have to report?
There is, something did attempt to reach out to us, to me, while we were there.
They look directly at you with like a bird's like precision, locking eyes with you as well, Kievan. Please, go into further detail.
Yes. As taking responsibility and charge of these members of my circle, it is important that I be transparent and honest about what I saw and experienced. when we went into the ruins to complete this mission given us to Amelia, something something reached out to me psychically through a telepathic communication. It seemed to be some form of creature, something of fey-like from, I don't know, from of some kind of power, fey-like, or influenced by other planers. But I digress. Some trapped creature apparently was in the maze. It went by the name of Radaman, it said.
They immediately, like, they have this kind of pristine, angelic form, Seraphim. And as you say, Radaman, there's a slight, a noticeable enough when no rolls is needed. There's a slight, like, break in their demeanor as they recoil slightly, but then return. Go on.
And at a moment, while I was traveling through this dungeon with my circle, they reached out to me and said they needed my help. They reached out and said they needed help at some point and told me to put my hand against the wall to help us further get to this dungeon. I, of course, did so. The creature seemed trustworthy enough. And it warped me to a room of some kind where the creature seemed to be trapped in some sort of glass container, some sort of mechanism. It explained to me that my friends were in danger and that the only way we could get to them was to get it out of this container. And I acted as I would as a member of my circle and as the proud Kievan Redquill, problem solver, explorer, and savior to his circle. Once I freed the creature, it was able to transport me back to my team, where I was able to help subdue the golem.
You hear them whisper. Those of you that are passive in perception, then higher than 10, you hear them whisper, Solomon's tomb. And where is this Radaman who you set free, Kievan? And their eyes are locked on you. There's an intensity. Seraphim is an angelic being, but that doesn't mean that they're all are good. They're just very lawful and intense, and you can feel this like radiant intensity upon you, and it's very uncomfortable.
I don't necessarily know. But it has contacted me.
And what has it said?
Kevin looks at his teammate, his circle mates, puts his chest up proudly. The creature offered me some help, some kind of power while I was in the middle of a training exercise. Unneeded, obviously, as I'm plenty able and capable myself. I refused the creature's advances at the time, and it remained silent until I decided to reach out to it. I believe it has seen and respects my power.
Well, they continue. Can you call that creature here now? And Seraphim looks on over at the two other faculty members and dart eyes, and they both get really serious and stand up, and their hands start to glow, each with their energy as they're preparing for something. Can you call Radaman here, right now?
Can you guarantee its safety? It was able to help me get to my friends, and I assume in some way aided with our exit.
Their wings spread out with thousands of crystal-like petals falling down as they swoop up over like that table down the 15 feet, gliding directly in front of you and like floating as like towering, looking above you as their large angelic wings just float with an emotion porcelain's face to stare at you and says, "Call him."
I can try. Taking a step back, I try to reach out telepathically. Radamon, creature.
Everyone looks ready. But after a moment, nothing happens. Seraphim looks at you, looks for right directly in front of you. Another 30 seconds pass, but nothing. You don't feel any connection to that fake creature.
It's not responding.
Seraphim looks on over at the two others. Looks at you, pulls their wings back in, and that kind of intensity fades away. And the detention in the room kind of finally gets cut as they just are more relaxed. Well, that is quite all right. For now, continue. I would suggest you, if you wish to continue with your careers here at the Fractal Centaurum, go on quest. We are be sure to make sure that everything is approved, and it will go through my eyes. Until then, we may call you all in for questioning later. So be on the ready, but go about your day as normal. You are dismissed.
If there's anything wrong with what we've done, it was the responsibility of this school. And if there's something wrong with what I did for our circle, then it's the responsibility of myself, and only myself.
It is all right. Go. I will make sure the students know that you are to clear them of any suspicions. I hear rumors have been going about, and we will not have that type of rumors and intolerance here. So I apologize for any action the students may have taken against you.
Faculty too.
Yes, young Ink, the faculty as well. I will speak to them personally and assure you it will never happen again.
We thank you for taking the time to sit with us, and I personally look forward to our continued transparent discussions as this situation, as unfortunate as it is, develops.
Yes. If we
And it gives a very courtly bow.
They actually give you a bow back, and stand straight up again, crossing their arms. If we come upon anything that concerns you or your health, we will let you know immediately.
Thank you. Thank you, Headmistress. I apologize. I did not mean to interject. We will aid you all in any ways that we can. And thank you, Dean Lucian, for saving us. You are powerful indeed, and we would be lost without you. Thank you again for all you've done.
My job is not done until I can find the rest of them. Please, if you need me, you can call me. And he goes and gives you a stone of sending, sliding it to you. And the stone of sending seems to be carved, like it's all black, so it's almost like an obsidian stone of sending. with like the symbol of like almost like a flame or a shadow on it. He goes, "This is a stone ascending connected directly to me. If you need me, anything, just call."
Thank you.
Yes, thank you so very much, Dean Lucian. May we also ask, just in case, where is your office hours?
You can find me on the 3rd floor in the west corridor.
Thank you very much. Ink also gives a courtly bow to Lucian.
I'm gonna just give you a wave. And if there's nothing else you wish to do, you all can begin to leave, all except for Ink, as you hear a call coming from Amara. Ink, if you don't mind, can I please speak to you? It's about those extracurricular activities you've been asking me about.
Oh, yes, thank you. Zendarix, Selly, Kievan, would it be all right if I met you in just a moment in the library?
Absolutely.
Sure, do what you gotta do.
And
Yes, works for me.
then I shall see you shortly, dear friends.
All right. So the rest of you make your way out of the large doors, the oak tree, closing the door back and heading towards the library as Ink, the Seraphim walks out and Lucian goes out a separate exit, and it's just you and Amara here. As I will please need you to step into the void.
Yeah, I'm so nervous.
So
Void.
I'm
void.
now going to do the
void.
void the real way and mute you guys and deafen you so you can't hear anything until I bring you back. So let me make sure I know how to do that.
Goodbye, world.
Bye, I'll miss you.
There's so many buttons here.
So many buttons.
Hold on. I don't know. If let's see. Yeah, I don't know if I can do it myself, so I'm gonna have to say, can you guys all mute and deafen yourself, and I'll do a hand signal to get you guys come back, and I'll figure out for next time because I'm not finding the button. Oh, wait. I found it.
Aha, take that.
Aha, there we go.
Okay, I tested out and then.
Okay. Bam! I got it. Okay. Alrighty, so, Rachel, why don't
Yes.
we go step into the void? So hold on one moment while we
Let's go.
shift on. Oh, I still have Adam in the void. Let's.
Nervous.
There you are.
Oh, so spacious in this void, isn't it? Wow. Oh.
Okay. So. Ink.
Tailweaver.
As you walk in, or step towards back to the chair, and the other faculty members have gone, Amar turns to you. She snaps her fingers, and all the doors lock. Click, 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 click. And then her form transforms into a hooded figure with a strange, like almost amoebic-like plain face, that of the changeling that you recognize. Ink. I saw fit that I must talk to you immediately. It seems that you've drawn attention to yourself, unfortunately.
It was not my intention. I merely am endeavoring to proceed through this school and achieve the status of what's it called?
Archon?
of Archon, as we have discussed in the tribe with the elders. This was not wished for on my end. We simply meant to assist an artificer.
I understand. Be it as it may, it has brought attention, but maybe we can use this to our advantage. Perhaps using this to put yourselves in a running for an Archon. As they say, no publicity is bad publicity.
What do you propose we do?
Try to find out what's happening. I'll let you know some information. 1. Your circle seems to be involved in some type of... I don't know what's going on. Something connected with the headmistress. And now hearing this Radaman, I think that they know more than they lead on. And you are involved. I will say follow the course and let me know everything.
It shall be done as you wish, but may I speak frankly?
Yes.
I worry for the culture of this institution. The quickness with which these students turned on my circle is quite alarming. And as we know, the conduct of our kind is that of protection and solidarity. I fear the lasting implications in this environment toward my circle, and the respect that they might gain.
I understand. I can see how fickle the students' minds are. Anything touching anything known of the afflicted, as the name suggests, they think that they may also catch the curse. And this is very closed-minded, especially of an institute like this. And I do apologize.
I shall endeavor to remain as uneventful a matriculator as possible. But if my circle is entangled in something larger than me, I will rely deeply on your guidance and your knowledge to see us through.
Yes, of course. I will be there for you if you can find me, but nobody knows about this, about us.
No, I have told none of the circle of our nature.
Excellent. There's one last thing I wish to tell you. Keep on the lookout of others who are like us, but not quite us. Others who have the ability to shape themselves to those around them, but of a more darker nature. Let me know if you hear anything about doppelgangers.
Doppelgangers?
Yes, tell no one else. Just me if you hear any rumors of doppelgangers.
It shall be done as you wish.
Thank you. I wish you the best, and I know you will reach Archon and do our tribe proud.
I will.
Now go on. And let me know if you need anything. My office is going to be on the 4th floor, north corridor.
Thank you, my dean. And Ink extends the hand for the tribe's greeting, where we grasp. I like to imagine it very much like that strong arm acrobatic situation, but just a touch of connection before I leave.
Got it. Yes, she performs in the same way as well, as you connect and to your societal, your ancestral greeting. Well, take care. And you head out, meeting up with your circle, which we'll find out as we can return back to the rest of them. So let me go ahead and hope that this all works. Okay, you're all back. You're all back. We're all here.
Yep, all here.
Yep.
Oh, right. No, we definitely didn't. Yeah, for sure. We weren't planning anything.
We didn't hear
Um,
nothing.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Alrighty. So, were you waiting for Ink, or were you guys heading directly there?
I think we were kind of heading directly there, knowing that Ink was gonna find us there after they got done with whatever was happening.
Okay. So, the three of you make your way through the entirety of the interior of the Fractal Centaurum and passing by and easily can find yourself. There are signs and directions, and like I said, things just seem to pop into your head mystically, allowing you to figure out basic of information, such as where the library is or the bathrooms and so on and so forth, as you go down the winding stairs and secret compartments, and finally reach what looks to be a large, about 50-foot tall, arched doorway. The doors are cracked open, but a crack there can fit a large creature through, as this larger-than-life door. As you walk down these very glossy, almost porcelain, marbly, I should say, floors, down this echoing room, to the library. You see tons of students are walking by, almost like it's a museum. As you enter inside, when you do, you witness one of those of you who probably have seen libraries, those of you who have come from noble backgrounds, have seen very opulent locations of learning. This is greater than anything you've ever seen before. There are just an infinite amount of doorways and floors, each of them with books upon books upon books. There are automaton attendants assisting students, some students who are kind of floating above and like reading as they have their head on their back and their books floating above their head as they float across this large dome-shaped library. There are several desks where there are several attendants who are helping students as you enter into the grand library of the Fractal Centaurum. What do you guys wish to do?
This is like a normal library for all of you.
Oh, no. This is even grand for me.
This is stupendous. The sheer magnitude, the size of this place, and the books, the columns and columns and columns, attendants left and right, marble floors, not a drop of dust in the air.
I know. It is just the perfect place for learning. And I feel as if there are a few things that we learned in that meeting that perhaps we should discuss, but I have a few spells I was hoping to pick up while I was here, but I don't know. Should we? Do you think Ink will be long?
I don't know. How long do you think it would take to talk to one of the headmasters?
Well, depending on their need, it could be anywhere from a few moments to quite some time.
It's almost like it could take up to like 15 minutes almost.
Well, I'm happy they got a chance to talk with one of the headmasters. A lot was dropped on them, so he used a moment to kind of handle and absorb it all.
Yeah, I'm sure it wasn't easy, whatever it was. But Zendark, I think for your sake, you should get your spells now, and then once Ink is with us, then we can focus on our group task at hand.
All right. I will go to one of the librarian desks or podiums.
Alrighty, you walk on up to the library and you see standing there is a human gentleman with a very dapper suit of blue and gold filigree, standing there with a ponytail of black hair, who with bifocal glasses looks down to you. Hello. How can I be of service to you? Welcome to the Grand Library of the Fractal Sanctorum.
Fantastic. It is a pleasure and an honor to be here. I really appreciate your assistance in the matter. I am wishing to expand my repertoire of spells. Could you point me to the section or lead who could help me transfer some arcane knowledge into my grimoire?
Oh, certainly, certainly. Would you be wishing to have an attendant, or do you want to do free study? If attendant will take a few moments, but we'll have one ready for you. If not, I can let you into the sections that you wish.
I have a few spells that I wish to learn and copy into my repertoire. I have a few friends who might be joining us later, so I'm not sure how much time I'll have. So probably the free study is fine.
All right, then. So, your spells will be listed here from the schools that you wish to go to and the levels that we place them 1 through 9. There you have enchantment, there necromancy, and it goes through all of the schools around, up on the second floor, around in a circle, pointing out each of the sections you can go to. They're in alphabetical order, all known spells and original spells, though some of the spells will refer to the actual spell creator. Some are headmasters here, and you'll have to learn from them.
All right. Fantastic. Thank you. And with that new knowledge, I would like to head to let me see what school it is. Let me see what school it is. I believe it is Conjuration. Yes, the Conjuration School for second level spells. And I'd like to find Misty Step, please.
Certainly. So you go ahead and make your way up and look for Misty Step. As you do that, Sully, Kievan, what are the two of you doing?
Well, after Zendart goes that way up to the desk and asks, I want kind of a little insight. Is he mad? Is anyone upset about that thing that happened in the room where I kind of talked about the things that were going on? Do any of them seem like angry about that?
Yeah, roll my insight check.
Oh, don't count that guidance. It's old. So that should only be a 20.
A 20. Are Sully, Zendar, we'll start with Zendar. Are you feeling some type of way? Are you hiding something? And if you are, you could roll me a deception check.
No, I'm not hiding it. I am plainly, obviously annoyed. I'm not mad because he did state it, but like, did it need to be in the fucking presence of Seraphim? No. That could have been disclosed by the group first. So he's like, Kievan, great. Cool. He's just sort of like, he's like, he's like, I'm not mad, I'm just disappointed. That type thing. And you could plainly see it too.
Oh, okay. So not even needing that check. Sully, are you do you feel some type of way right now?
Honestly, Sully doesn't feel any kind of type of way because he, kind of got the gravity of the situation by seeing who was in the room there and knew with their line of questioning that, like, this is not the time for, like, heroics and theatrics with that kind of thing. Like, it looks like our circle leader almost died in the process of just getting here, so why would we, as the elders would say, fuck around and find out? Like, I don't think we would. That's so Sully is like not upset at all with that kind of thing, and also because Kievan had already disclosed all of that, like most of that, with him privately. So he already had kind of a level of understanding of what was going on too, with it continuing to talk to him. So he knew also that maybe it should be elevated a little bit and told about them. Because now it's like talking to him here. And the rest of the party didn't know that yet.
Okay. So, Kievan, you get that kind of feel. Definitely.
Yeah, I think that's the part that's like annoyed. Like, is we didn't know that he still felt like he was here. Like that's why I'm annoyed. Is like that we found out right then there. Like,
And I'm like, yeah, whatever. I do. That's fine. I think it's important to tell. So
A
yeah.
general annoyance from your party members, I guess. Kievan is what you feel.
Hmm. He seems mad. He's-
I mean, maybe that's kind of why he went off to find his own spells, maybe to collect himself a little. You know, those elites, they sometimes get a little upset when things aren't in their control.
Well, I feel like I did the right thing, all things considered, and everyone is on the up and up, full transparency held.
Yes,
I feel like I
you-
did nothing wrong here. Let's just keep moving ahead with this.
You must consider your health. It's quite important.
Yes, Julie Cicely, thank you for keeping such a level head about all of this.
So, what do you want to look up while Zendark is doing his spell stuff and ink is on the way?
Oh, quite easily. I intend to give something to this library that no doubt will change its structure for quite some time. I have brought all the books that I acquired from inside of that dungeon inside of this bag of holding with me, and I intend to present it to them and ask if they're willing to do restorations of them. Of course, I'll be sure to make sure that our circle gets the credit distributed evenly.
Kievan, those might have been something you should have shared with the headmaster.
Yes, in retrospect, I suppose probably should have. These books might contain important and possibly volatile information.
They can be volatile themselves. They shouldn't exist, you know? What's stopping them from just like blowing up? We at least came from this place. We weren't from the void.
Yes, and they did confirm that we indeed went into the void. So these are no longer simply books, they are now void books. I'm sure everyone would have been very impressed if we had brought these in, by the way. We still can.
I mean, we still can. Maybe we just ask the head librarian and hope they don't figure it out.
All right. So is your goal to do anything specific at the library or hang out and wait for ink?
I now will take only a. I can't take any of these fucking books. Sully was so right. Damn it.
I mean, it's totally up to you, but I'm just playing it safe.
I will simply inquire then that if I were to come across some sort of ancient book from some untold location, possibly related to the void, or a void, what would I do with these aforementioned void books?
I'm sure that's going to go well, but please, I will observe.
I
Go on.
actually do. I actually do go up to the counter that I saw Zendark just go up to, and I talk to the ponytailed individual there if they're still available.
Yes, they are. As they look to be. Oh, welcome to the Grand Library of the Grand Library of the Fractal Centaurum. How can I be of service?
Yes, such a fantastic library of immense resources and history. You guys must have some way to bring in new information, or perhaps restore old ancient texts found in ruins and crypts and what have you.
Yes, we do have menders here that can restore ancient texts and things of the like. Why, are you in need of their services?
Well, let's say I were to come into possession of a book, or books, plural, that may have come from an adventure of some sort, from the void, possibly.
He kind of shakes his head. You're mentioning the void. Are you perhaps a part of the rumored Music 7J circle?
And don't listen to rumors. They're not very healthy for you. And now back to the core question. With a book like that, would it be important would I be able to bring it here, or would I have to go through one of the deans first?
Roll me a persuasion checks, please.
Oh, awesome. I am not very good at these. But the power of friendship. An 11.
11. He turns to you. I think I should get the dean of the library involved with this. I think Elvira Wintermoon may be interested in this. This is well over, as they say, my pay grade. Would you mind remaining here while I get Professor Winter? And he's kind of nervous as he's saying this. Moon.
Yeah. Yes, but don't make a big thing about it. Be quick.
All right, please remain here. And he leaves. At this point, Ink, you then see, well, it's not even have to open, you just walk past because it's this grand library door. As you step there, and then you can see your allies of Sully and Kayvon, who just finished talking with some gentlemen who walked away ahead of you.
I walk over and I'm like, hi.
Oh, yes, welcome back, Ink.
Hello.
Yes, Ink. Welcome to the Kievon show. Let's watch how this is going to unfold.
Wait, what has happened?
Oh, well, nothing's happened yet. I've just simply asked if I came into possession, hypothetically, of a book from the void, how would I go through to get it to the appropriate people?
Wait, you should have given it to Seraphim and the deans.
Yeah, we had that conversation while you were gone, Ink. But at this point, I'm just asking hypothetically where we would go next.
Hence the Kievon show.
Oh no.
And I
Kievon.
gesticulate and bow as
Also, Kievon, did we not establish a rule that if you hear voices, you tell us? You've been hearing voices, and you didn't tell us.
Well, it didn't seem like a good time to tell us, everyone.
Listen, I'm not angry with you, Kievon. I am just disappointed.
I was fairly communicative about it. As a matter of fact, I even went as far as to plan an opportunity to communicate it to you in detail at this very place. We just
Can I roll an insight check on whether or not I believe Kievon was going to tell us about the
Go
voice
ahead.
at this very moment?
And if you are lying Kayvon, roll a deception check. You can go ahead and roll me that insight check.
Oh, I'm so excited to roll so bad. Insight.
This is your nat 20 now.
Up, up.
Oh.
A 16.
16. Was Kayvon really trying to plan it for this very moment? Or is he telling a little bit of a fib?
He planned to tell them that he heard the voice here at the library. But he was also doing it because it was a good place to do it, because you guys both seemed like you respected the rules enough not to yell in the library.
I would never yell in a library. I understand. It's been a lot, but do not be afraid. There's nothing to be ashamed of. If one is hearing voices, a lot of strange things have happened.
Yes, you and Zen just seemed to be a bit emotional over things that happened in the day. I want to give you all some time before I brought the information to you.
Well, I would not become emotional knowing that you were in a telepathic relationship with an unknown entity. I would be on your side to help you figure out what was going on. My anger comes from the behavior of our classmates and the faculty here toward the unfortunate circumstances we have found ourselves in. I do not feel that when someone is in trouble, you get angry with them. You find a way to help them. That's my ethos.
That's all the open-minded. I actually Kayvon. I want Kayvon roll insight. He doesn't. That sounds abnormally open-minded and trusting.
All right, go ahead and roll an insight check versus if Ink is being deceptive at all. You rolled, if not, an 18.
I too roll a 13, except mine gets bumped to an 18.
That's how Ink feels. Ink lives in an understanding that this circle is a unit and we must protect each other, especially seeing how the other students turned on us so quickly after days, after not knowing us. So yeah, there's no deception here.
Kevin gives a nod and he goes, "Yes, of course. Obviously, you have my trust. I may have misjudged you for a bit there, Ink. I thought you were a bit of just a sort of go along, get along, but I see you truly are an open-minded person. Very well, if I hear or see anything else strange, no matter how fitting I feel it is, I will notify you."
Well, all of us, we are a circle together.
"Yes, I will notify the circle as a whole. On my honor." And at that, Kievan takes the glove off of his hand and extends to you his one bare hand to shake your hand on it.
Ink shakes it.
"Very well, you have my word on it." He quickly puts his glove back on.
Sully just shakes his head at all of this.
Sully, that goes double for you too. If you hear any weird voices, you let us know. We gotta look out for each other.
Of course, Ink. I would have it no other way. We are a circle after all.
Where's Zindarek?
Something about finding new spells or being upset with Kievan. It's a little bit of both, probably.
Oh.
I see no reason for him to be upset anyway. I divulged all the information in what I feel is a very timely fashion.
Oh, we'll talk about it, I'm sure.
Yeah, I'm sure. Zindarek has what I perceive a very large pair of shoes to fill here. It seems that the family name hangs heavy over his head, which is I'm sure it presents a whole level of problems all their own. Unlike me, who knows very little about the culture and the etiquette here, I require extra tutelage, so I can understand and empathize with living up to a name.
A shame. I imagine all of that lineage and family name holds him back. Imagine what he could accomplish without all that pressure on his shoulders.
But imagine all that he can with it.
I've never felt a need to have to go off of the laurels of the achievements of others.
Yes, but imagine if you could. What do you think you would do if you had a large name to help you do all you wish to do?
I wouldn't bother using it. I have a name large enough, and it's Kievan Redquill.
Kievan, who gave you that name?
Yes, of course, I got the name from my father, my father and mother, Thomas and Marigold Redquill.
And do the Redquills have any sort of renown of any sort?
A crest, even?
Ugh, don't remind me. Yes, far off, there is the known family of the Redquills, who are known for giving hospitality and a full stomach to anyone they find on their doorsteps.
Well, that is a lovely name to be associated with.
Bah! A curse on that. Nothing but indolence and full chubby bellies and a lack of achievement. Sometimes people need a push instead of pat on the head and a treat on their chest.
Only someone who got a lot of pats on the head would say that.
Yeah.
What? How dare you?
Well, it sounds like you grew up in very plush circumstances. A full
Yes,
belly every night.
And I left it as soon as I had the chance to strive out for myself, and it did quite a bit for me.
Well, I think you would enjoy where I grew up in the desert, where we had to work hard for everything every day. I would have loved to have had a full belly every single night. That's not guaranteed.
Yeah. I can definitely remember some harder nights, without any parents, depending on my sister, who's only a few years older than me. Some pats on the head would have been nice.
Yes, that was a bit short-sighted of me, Sully. But you must admit your own strength and your own talents that must have come from adapting to those pressures, that pain that you were given.
The pain that I still hold.
And I give like a long look to Kievon.
Right. Well, he voidantly looks away, feeling the awkwardness of what he says. Yes, well, once the book person comes back and Zen comes back, we can figure out what we do next. And I'm sorry about your family, Sully.
It's something I can't change. And like you said, it has shaped who I am and what I've had to overcome. Damn it, where is Zendaric?
Alrighty. So as you all wait for the library attendant to return to having this conversation with Zendaric, you are continuing going in between the different hallways of this section for Misty Step for Conjuration. As you go through the numbers and you get to the second level, you pull out a book of second tier spells. As you go through them one by one, you see many spells, but in alphabetical order.
Do I also happen to find perhaps a Find Familiar or Unseen Servant in the Conjuration level 1 spells as I make my way to the step section?
I would say yes. You, well, they're in the other book, so I'll take
their Conjuration section as well.
Yes, you go through the books, and yes, you can easily find, because it's made so to be easily traversed, the first level spells and those spells, as well as the Misty Step spell. So
okay, after I find these few books, I'll realize I'm getting ahead of myself and I could probably be here forever, and I'll like lean down and see that Ink is standing with the others, and I'll make my way down the staircase back to where I think the group is.
all right, are you grabbing those books?
Yeah, with like those books in my hand.
Okay. One more time, you said Misty Step, Find Familiar.
Yes, Misty Step. I mean, I got a whole list of them. These are just the ones that happen to be in Conjuration.
Okay.
The two main things that I would like to get, and I don't know if I have to pay or amount from the library, is Misty Step and Detect Magic. Those are the two that I actually want. But if I happen upon a Find Familiar or Unseen Servant, I'll take those two.
Okay. You get the sense that in the Fractal Centaurum, all recorded magic, albeit depending on a level of difficulty and things you can't access, but you could definitely access those spells within the first and second, that they have everything here, including custom spells, which you would have to go into that section to get more information for.
Okay, so I obviously didn't learn the spells. I just found
Yeah,
them.
yeah. You still have to do
to-
the normal write them
to
down and all
spend
that
the
stuff.
time to do it. But okay, so after I've grabbed those few books, I'll come back with like four. Like you see this big smile on Zandarek's face as he makes his way back to the group with like a handful, like armful of books.
All right. As you all meet up once again, you see Zendara coming down the stairs, meeting your group in this large lower tier of the Grand Library.
Greetings and salutations, Ink. How was your meetings with Dean Amara?
Oh, perfectly fine. Just discussing my further education in understanding this environment. I have to bone up on my etiquette a little.
Oh, were you scolded for your outburst in the Grand Hall where the message boards were?
Oh no, I come from a completely different vibe, I guess. Growing up in a small village in the desert, so just understanding where and how to put the forks, I guess.
So, what's the name of the extracurricular that you're working on with Amara?
Local customs and etiquette.
Oh, that's the. Oh, okay. Oh, fantastic. Sorry, my apologies for misunderstanding. I thought that was,
Do not worry. Yeah,
I wish
it's
you
very
well.
minor. We covered a lot of it growing up with the elders before coming here, but reading about it and living it are two very different things. So Amir provides insight and moral support for me as best can be done.
Mhm. Well, should you wish to be introduced to a noble house, perhaps I can arrange a formal dinner at my estate sometime.
I would be honored and delighted to accompany you to a dinner at House of Zen.
I'll see what we can do after this semester end. I found.
Yes, it's the privilege of a large house. Now that you're back, we don't need to be here for too much longer, as we sort of already covered most of the reason I wanted us to get here, but we are waiting on an attendant back for some important information.
Oh, you're gonna love this, Zendarek. Kievon, please go on.
As I've explained repeatedly before, I simply asked the person at the desk the hypothetical question of what to do with if I happen to have a book of some kind from the void, as that was where we ended up at, and I happen to have several of those books from the void on my person.
I mean, why wouldn't you give them to Seraphim, the headmistress, while we were talking with her?
This has been brought up several times then, and at the time it didn't seem fitting at the moment. We were discussing some very high key items.
Okay, well, let's see who comes back and says what, and we can still go to her office and provide these artifacts. We don't have to relinquish them to whomever we're speaking with.
And I only said I may perhaps have one and said hypothetically. Does anyone not understand what hypothetically means?
It's sort of implied when you come and are from, and you see how it looks that way. Perceptions sort of matter. This is a perfect example of how perception. Oops, so sorry. Yes.
As you guys are chatting and all this, the gentleman walks back with a very heavy look on his face. Would you all mind following me? Oh, there's another you added to your group. Two, in fact. Are they with you?
Yes, but
They will be back soon. They're not here yet.
No. I mean, it was you and you I saw before, but you two I've not seen. Well, you asked me before about the...
Oh, yes, they're with me.
Oh, just wanted to be sure because I have a request for you and your circle. I'm assuming you're the rest of the circle. If you said you have artifacts, and he does like the little like quote signs with his fingers in the air from the void, Elvira Mintermoon would love to speak with you in private. Follow me, please.
I would like to roll a history to see if I know this professor and have any understanding of her reputation.
Go ahead and roll me a history check, please.
22.
22. Elvira Wintermoon. Elvira Wintermoon is a high elf and tiefling woman. She is regarded amongst the Wintermoons, who are one of the top houses that akin to the House of Zen. So you would definitely know about Wintermoon. Elvira specifically, she is also a member of the Quandrix and is the keeper of all knowledge, so to speak, here. And she is very...
Say no more. Say less. Quandrix is all I have to say. Say less.
Okay. I will tell you this
No,
much.
like good vibes, bad vibes. Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, as in vibes, like she's very secretive. But she's like...
Oh, so this could be like a esteemed meeting, like prestigious.
Yeah, you're like, oh, Elvira is inviting you. It's very secretive. Like you can't really be. She's very mysterious in nature. So it's intense getting to meet Elvira Wintermoon.
Okay, so it's a good thing. So Zendark's all about that. When he says that, says her name and high level Quandrix, he's like, yes, about it.
All right. So the rest of you follow.
Stealth mode.
Okay. So you all are led through this large library. Walk for a little bit as you start to bob and weave and turn, and he's going quickly, moving fast as you struggle to keep up slightly as you go in between shelves, carrying all types of books until like the light itself seems to get darker. Like the bright light of the areas that you were before is fades slowly and slowly until now it's just dimly lit. Those of you without dark vision have a hard time seeing as eventually everything just goes like dark, as if like the sun set. And you can't see around you, and then stop for a moment. Those of you who can see dark vision can still see him walking, but he stops about 30 feet ahead. He goes ahead.
Sir, hold on. You're losing us.
As you look on over to him, he snaps his fingers and the entire room lights up, and you notice that you've entered into some type of large separate chamber, a chamber full of scrolls and books and just mess all over. There's what you think is a desk and shelves of strange occultish and like effigies and other types of things that look bizarre and strange all around you. As standing there, you see is like a four-eared woman, two Eladrin-like ears, and below that two slightly smaller tiefling ears, like on her neck. She has a long tail in pink flesh, and her tail goes into a triangle, giving her like more of like a devilish demeanor, as she wears what looks to be a like an adventurer's tunic, like going into like a safari adventure, if you will, and with boots, looking down at you with her sharp blue eyes, and almost like a tri-point hat. So, you all must be those adventurers who went into the void. Please, I hear you may have something that interests me. And that is where we will end tonight's session.
Oh, dang.
Wow.
Okay.
Sinister.
Let's see. Meet up with Elvira Wintermoon. But thank you so much, everybody, for coming. Thank you so much for guys for hanging out and playing. What a great, amazing session. Before we sign off, why don't we just do some rounds to tell me who you are and anything that's coming up and all your tags and labels. Let's start off with Adam.
What's up, team? Adam Mays, he, him, his. That's my biz. One half of the Pun Brothers duo. You could always find on TikTok at the Pun Brothers at TikTok.
Awesome. And Rachel.
Yes. Please locate me on the tubes on all social media under the handle I am Rachel Quirky, especially right here on Twitch, where I am a variety streamer, slowly working on my new schedule. Also, you should check out the Pun Brothers. It's very good. Thank you, Omar, for running this session and pulling me into the void. It wasn't too scary. It was actually kind of nice.
The void is nice. You heard it here first, folks.
It's very spacious.
It's nice.
All right, and next up, Travis.
Hi, resident Enchanters in Dark here. You can find me on A Tale of D20s. Here Sundays. Thanks again, Omar, for running this fantastic game. And tomorrow, Monday, 7 p.m. to 10 p.m., we play the Radiant Citadel, where I GM a story of heroes who are guild members in the ethereal plane, fighting the forces of evil. So come hang out and visit us there, and sometimes on some other shows. But you can find me at OMG It's Travi, and that's before I had the brand recognition of today. Forethought of having one name for everything.
Also awesome. And last but certainly not least, Zeki.
Oh, who, me? You can find me here most, like half the time, you'd say. And whenever we're doing, Travis's Monday show, I have on Wednesdays on the occasion Storyboard, which is a fun interview style kind of show we do. And here on Sundays. And then you can also find me on Amateurish Productions for the Mitcher campaign and some other random stuff that pops up from time to time. Other than that, I'm Zektown everywhere on the internet, and that's where you can find me.
Awesome. And as we like to wrap up the session, why don't we do some Stars and Wishes? Stars and Wishes is where we go and vote for a player who gave us the ooh-ah-ahs, the everythings, and they get a star, and whoever gets the most gets to re-roll a roll with seeing the number but not knowing the result. So, why don't we start off with Travis? Who do you give your star? And of course, what is your wish to see to happen next time?
My star will go towards, I'm gonna say absolutely to Rachel for the scene in the foyer, or not foyer, but what is that room? In the squirrel room, the
big
grand
common area.
The grand reliquary.
common area.
The
grand reliquary. No, where we get the quests.
Oh yeah. The common
She
bulletin board area,
called everyone out for basically being bitch ass people, not supporting their fellow, hex breakers. So that was awesome. Props to you. Loved that.
Thank you.
And I loved the 112518. That was fabulous. We had to pull out all the stops to make that happen, but we did.
Ink trying so hard not to cry in front of everybody.
I picture you holding it in, tripping up the last stair, and then turning around and having your triumphant moment. That's how I pictured that happen. So that was great. And my wish for next session is several hours of peace to copy these spells into my book.
One level of exhaustion.
Yes, my wish is for one level of exhaustion for adding a whole bunch of spells.
Understood. Rachel, your star and wish.
I think I consistently keep giving it to Adam, but Kievan just keeps popping me so hard, just reacting so viscerally to your very nice little family who just wants to run of a B&B, and you're like, ugh, I hate it. I love it. I love Kievan. I'm for it. Started Kievan for just aversion to comfort. It's great. And my wish is to discover a little bit more about can I say it out here outside of the void?
You could. I don't know.
It's void speak.
It's void speak. For those who watched in the chat, the entity that was spoken of to be on the lookout for, I would love to find more time to research them.
Okay, got it.
Yeah. That thing.
Got
those
it.
guys.
Yes.
You know, because that piqued my personal interest. Like, oh, okay. What's up with that?
Sweet, sweet, sweet. Okay, and Zeki, your star and wish, please.
I think Rachel's definitely going to be getting the star again for stepping up and having that moment. It was kind of like the first time we got to see a player kind of have that soapbox moment, and I thought it was like really cool. And I'm happy that Rachel got to have it because they're like a new player to the Descent world rather than one of the veterans who's been here for the first campaign, kind of a thing. So it was really cool to see. And then my wish is I want to know who the fuck these 9 are. I've been like pondering this like the entire episode, and this happened like way early when we were talking about some of these vision things. So, who are the 9, and what are their machinations? So,
Awesome, awesome, awesome. And last but certainly not least, Adam, your star and wish.
I mean, it's a no-brainer. We gotta really give it to Rachel because the fucking ink, they brought it with the fucking speech, the 75% through the movie speech about why are you being so shitty to us? Because the thing was, I didn't even realize they were being shitty to us because I spent so much time thinking about getting in character. I wouldn't have even expected them to be accepting and welcoming and kind to us as our fellow students. And they were totally right. We were owed that. So I thought that was great, not just as like good role playing, good storytelling, but also to expect and ask for kindness from our peers and colleagues, because it should be the default, not the fucking exception. And for my wish is to fucking not get in trouble but still get famous at the school. How do we get to be the popular kids without being in trouble?
Awesome, awesome. Yeah, so it sounds like after my tally, Rachel, you receive the star.
you're a superstar.
Thank you.
So I'll put that on your
I
character
will
sheet.
only use it when it is important to me personally, apparently.
Alrighty, so that has been updated. I mean, oops, there we go. Is my meta moment. Sorry about that. Something popped out for a second. So I would say that there's a lot of your intrigue will definitely come, and lots of things have been introduced. So I'm very excited to see where it takes it, and the lasting toll that may come upon you since you've been in the void. Now you officially know it was the void for so long, and the strange connection between Radaman and the headmistress. But we will find out next time. So with that being said, thank you so much everyone for coming. Thank you so much for all of our viewers. You catch everything at Tale D20s at www.ataild20s.com. You can also find us on the interwebs at all the different social medias at A Tale of D20s. So from the first chapter to the last page, be kind to one another, spread love, and we will see you next time. Goodbye, everybody.
Goodbye.
Cue the outro.